is Wednesday. So the big question is it or isn't it going to be inclement tomorrow? Is it going to be crazy? Is the weather going to be stupid? Is everybody going to stay home? What's going to happen?
I don't know if the weather's going to be stupid, but I assure you, the people.
Well, that's a given. Yeah, no, that's
It's
definitely a
already
given.
stupid.
Yeah, are they clearing out the bread and milk
Oh my
already?
God.
I'm sure.
God bless America. And you'd think that we'd be smart enough at this point. I've been shopping a little bit almost every day
Mm-hmm.
just because Edwards is right down from the shop.
Yeah.
And then I got the, important stuff like cheese and snackies,
Yeah, right. The
pickles and
good stuff.
olives.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Ice cream that they had 2 for 1. They had like little half pints of Haagen
Yeah,
Dazs and stuff,
yeah.
2 for 1. I was like, of course, why not? Because if my power goes out,
Yeah, right.
I can just stick the ice cream outside.
That's right. It'll be just fine,
I
won't
got
it?
a bunch of frozen stuff.
No, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. At least you can keep it cold.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
that much no matter
I
what.
am gonna make a soup though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's always good in the winter.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
chili soup, things like that. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do. You know, Arkansas, they'll say one thing, but sometimes it just misses us.
Absolutely.
But they seem, as you said, pretty confident
Yeah.
that this front is coming in with the
Oh
snow and
yeah.
ice.
Oh yeah. Well, and like Chad was saying on Monday, there's a few people that I know that are kind of like him that just really follow the weather and pay really close attention to
Hmm.
it. And even they are like, yeah, no, this is coming. But I mean, who knows?
Now, is it supposed to come in real strong tomorrow, or is it supposed to kind of gradually come in and then build into Friday being the bigger day?
Well, based on AccuWeather,
Yeah. Okay.
right, which is super Accu, right?
Hmm.
It seems like it's going to kind of build, and then it's going to be more overnight, and
Uh-huh.
then kind of
Okay.
spotty. I don't know. It
So it'll probably
depends.
be kind of spotty coming in tomorrow, maybe later in the day or
It's
whatever.
supposed to be like 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
if I was seeing all that correctly.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's going to come, I think that's about right.
Well, it's perfect because my BNI meeting is tomorrow morning.
Okay,
And
so you
we
can do your meeting, but then you can go home and
Jay Lucas, I'm sure, is very, very happy. I love you, Jay. If you're watching or listening, shout out to you because we've been off for 2 weeks because of the holiday.
oh yeah.
And we've got our new location. We're back at the Pleasant Valley Country
Oh,
Club
are you?
post
Oh,
renovation.
that's
We are
cool.
so
Hey, did
excited.
they renovate that?
They did.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
cannot wait to see it.
I bet.
They
I bet
were
it's
so cool
interesting.
to us. They were really, really great, and we appreciate them.
That's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's cool.
Big fan, big fan.
Well,
Yeah,
let's get into a little news here.
let's do it.
This is something I think that's really interesting and can help a lot of people. Credit reports won't be included. They won't include medical debt for Americans anymore. The new rule was finalized by the Consumer
Wow.
Financial Protection Bureau yesterday. Takes effect in March. It'll take off about $49 billion worth of medical bills from the credit reports of about 15 million Americans.
That is amazing.
Yep, it's a 2024 poll from nonprofit KFF found about 1 in 12 adults have medical debt.
Yeah.
In 2023, the three major credit bureaus announced medical debts less than 500 would not appear on credit reports. Medical bills are shown to obviously hurt your credit rating, and
Absolutely.
a lot of times you don't know about them.
Mhm.
You know, you don't get the message, whatever, and then they just have a judgment or a
Yep.
collection or whatever.
I've even seen stuff where somebody has paid something or they thought they paid something, and then 4 or 5 years later,
Oh yeah, it shows up.
it shows up, or
Hmm.
there's some sort of collections thing or whatever. And I mean, believe it or not, some of these medical facilities are fallible
Oh yeah, no, there's
and
no
make
doubt about it.
mistakes.
No,
So
they definitely do.
watch your stuff.
But I think that's great news for a lot of people, especially if
Mhm.
you're, thinking about financing a home or a car, because
Oh gosh,
that's a huge boost for you. So that's
it
going to
is.
happen in March. It's going to take effect, and they'll remove 49 billion
That's
in medical
fabulous.
bills. So look forward to that. Might start thinking about what your credit score is going to be when those come off. Let's see. If you plan on traveling to Europe, there's a new rule that you need to know about an entrance fee. The
Hmm.
European Travel Information and Authorization System is on track to officially roll out. It's a registration for the U.S., Canada, many non-European passport holders who don't have a valid visa to enter or travel through the U.K. It'll be introduced today. Instead of just having a passport, now you'll also need pre-travel authorization to get on a plane
Yep.
to the UK. So they're just being a little more secure with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody told me about that. I was telling you we were going to go traveling this summer, it was part
Hmm.
of our Christmas present,
Yeah.
me, my mother, and my son.
Hmm.
And I had taken to one of the Facebook group pages asking for recommendations on footwear, clothing, and side quests.
Oh,
And somebody let me know about that.
that's
And yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. A robbery suspect behind bars in California after using a Waymo robo taxi as a getaway car. Not a good idea, bro.
A what?
A robo taxi.
A robo taxi.
Yeah, a driverless taxi
What?
cab. Yeah, they have those. The LA Police Department said the man robbed a Ralph's grocery store, got into an altercation with the security guard, and then took off in his Waymo. Uh, they tracked it down, which was pretty easy, and it's on a computer, so they know where it is. And pulled over, and they arrested him, and the robo taxi pulls over automatically if it detects sirens.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that. Was he wearing a robe and drinking a White Russian?
I don't know. He should have been. Jamie Foxx revealed that he apparently only had a 5% chance to survive from his 2023 medical emergency, at least according to his nurse. He did reveal he suffered from a severe brain bleed and a stroke, and he said he thanked the nurse for helping him, but she said, I roll my sleeves up for everybody that comes here. You're a patient. I got to get to you, right? But he said 5% chance. So that's pretty amazing. A lot of people said it was directly tied to the vaccine. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say directly tied to Diddy.
To Diddy. Oh, no, I don't know about that. Could have been.
There's like a conspiracy.
Is there?
There is a conspiracy that Diddy made that happen.
Oh, Diddy tried to get him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Could be. Who knows? Let's see. A gust of over 60 miles an hour hitting the Los Angeles area from Santa Ana have caused wildfires to start spreading.
That?
It's pretty
Have
crazy.
you seen the aerial that,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. The Palisades fire started as a brush fire yesterday, but winds caused the 10-acre fire to spread to over 3,000 acres.
Oh my goodness.
They declared a state of emergency. About 30 drivers had to abandon their vehicles and run because it was spreading towards Sunset Boulevard and Palisades Drive. So you're talking about,
Wow.
the very wealthy area.
Palisades and Malibu
Yeah,
are
you're
on
talking
fire.
about houses being on fire, all these celebrities and stuff.
Speaking of conspiracies, have you heard about the
Is this also
California
Diddy
fire?
related?
It
Did
might
Diddy start
be.
the fire?
No, but there's a conspiracy that these fires that pop up in California in these ultra rich neighborhoods sometimes are, more suspicious in their
in their
sort
nature of
their
origin.
nature of origin.
No, you do hear that sometimes.
some insurance type stuff.
During a wide-ranging press conference yesterday, President-elect Trump seemingly talked about everything on his mind, but he did continue to troll the world, talking about gaining control of Greenland, the Panama Canal, Canada. He said he wanted to buy Greenland during his first term, and Denmark and Greenland were against the idea. Well, I think they still are.
They are.
I don't think you're going to be able to buy them.
Did you hear about the wanting to change the name of Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah, to Gulf of America. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that. The dude just trolls people, man. It's crazy. New details continue to be revealed about Special Forces Master Sergeant Matthew Livelsberger's Cybertruck bombing outside the hotel in Las Vegas. The PD sheriff, Kevin McKill.
He did he? No,
Yeah, that's
sorry.
right. Said it's,
I'm gonna bring it back to Diddy every time.
Yeah, said he used the AI to help assemble the explosives, what kind of gun would set him off, and ask where he could buy a phone without giving identifying information.
Look at AI.
Yeah, AI
Chat-
helping him plan.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, helping you plan
Helping you
terrorist
plan
attacks.
terrorist
That's great. Yeah,
Work smarter, not harder.
since 2025. Let's see. What else is going on here? The House of Representatives passed its first piece of legislation. The Lake and Riley Act went to the Senate. It grants attorney generals the ability to sue the federal government if they can show that states are being harmed by immigration policy. Ryle was a nursing student murdered by Jose Ibarra while jogging in the University of Georgia.
Bless it.
Let's see. Prosecutors, the case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams keeps growing. Prosecutors said in a court filing yesterday, the FBI found additional criminal conduct. He'd already pleaded not guilty to a 5-count indictment. They didn't give any details about it. I know, right? This is good news. Hurricane Helene devastated Newport, Tennessee last September.
Yep.
The lady there named Janet Sams lost everything when her home along the Pigeon River was basically reduced to rubble. She'd seen damage like her town had suffered on the TV, but never dreamed it would happen to her. Fortunately, the Virginia-based nonprofit God's Pit Crew, it's a good name,
I love that.
built her a new home where the former one stood. Led by founder Randy Johnson, they started building it in December, completed it in a month. Volunteers from Servant's Heart, a New Jersey-based ministry, contributed to it, and she was given a brand new home on Saturday morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she said, I'm not a hurricane victim. I'm a survivor, and I'm here to stay.
That is beautiful.
It's a good story.
That is a good story.
Yeah, that's a good story.
And so not related to Diddy. Go team.
No, that is a good one. On Thursday night, this could be. On Thursday night, a police pursuit on I-70 Colorado ended when a line of snowplow drivers helped stop a fleeing suspect.
That's what's up.
Yeah, according to the Idaho PD, Idaho Springs PD, the chase started at about 11:30 p.m. when an officer noticed a car with a broken taillight, and they ran the plates, discovered it was stolen, linked to a robbery that week. Then they tried to stop it, and he refused to pull over. Well, law enforcement teams from everywhere joined, and they used various tactics, all proved unsuccessful. So 3 snowplows who were traveling on I-70 noticed the situation and coordinated to block all the lanes.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so the suspect, the 27-year-old Denver man, surrendered without any incident. They got him in, and they found drugs and all kinds, lots of meth and stuff in there.
Yeah. Two things. Obviously, Colorado must be one of those states that's not allowed to pit like the great state of Arkansas is. Go Trooper Bird. Shout out.
Yeah,
Woo woo.
yeah.
And man, meth is a hell of a drug. Like you're driving around, broken taillight.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're carrying stuff that's illegal, isn't that the first thing you do? Let me go ahead and check my lights and everything, make sure that I'm good.
Seriously.
But maybe when you're cracked out, you don't think about it.
Well, y'all remember whenever we used to have to get our cars inspected?
Yeah. Oh my God. Now, what a racket that was, though.
True.
But you did have to fix things. I mean, you'd have to go before you could register your car. You'd have to get it inspected, and you'd have to go to a participating station who does repairs. And so, I'd get headlights fixed, tail lights fixed, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true, though. An unlikely name has joined Mark Zuckerberg on the board of Meta, UFC CEO Dana White. Zuck said White will add a depth of expertise and perspective that'll tackle the opportunities ahead with AI. Very interesting that he's joined over there. I don't even know what to think about that yet. That's interesting. Very interesting. They're very different philosophically, the two people.
Yeah.
As we head into the wild card weekend, 6 NFL writers for Sporting News were asked to put their psychic powers to the test and predict how the postseason would play out. So Ed Williams, Dan Treacy, Bill Bender, Vinny Iyer, Matt Latopsky, and Brian Murphy. This is what they say. The wild card team, seeds 5 through 7, that's the biggest threat to win it all. Minnesota Vikings, 4 votes. Washington Commanders and Chargers each with 1. The 1 to 3 seeds most likely to be upset are Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 4 votes and the Eagles and Bills with 1 vote. Playoff MVP, they say Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, and Lamar Jackson are the candidates. Offense trusted the most, the Detroit Lions. Defense trusted the most, the Chiefs. Who wins the AFC? They think the Bills do. They think the Eagles wins the NFC. Yeah, I don't think the Bills or the Ravens are going to win the AFC. I think Kansas City goes all the way this time.
Yeah.
They have who wins Super Bowl 59? They pick Eagles over Raven.
Ugh.
I don't. That's not the Super Bowl I want to see it. Maybe a lot of people would like to see it. I would not. Let's see. With the legal problems at Fox Sports 1 taking the headlines, you might have missed the fact that Jason Kelsey has been taking his stab at late night TV. If you were in the dark on this, you weren't alone. On Saturday night or Sunday morning at 1 a.m., they call it Late Night with Jason Kelsey, premiered on ESPN with Charles Barkley as the first guest. That debut pulled in about almost 300,000 viewers. That's just over half the number of people tuning in to whatever was on at the same time last January, so that's good.
Have you seen Travis's show? He's got some game show or something. Oh, Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
I
that.
just saw an ad for it on, I guess maybe YouTube or something like, I don't know, Prime or something. But I was like, "Are you smarter than a celebrity?" I'm
Wow.
like,
Who are the
depends on the
celebrities?
celebrity.
Yeah, it depends on the celebrities.
I
That's right.
mean,
Am I smarter than Pauly Shore? Maybe. I don't know.
maybe
But
I don't know, you know. But like, or what is it? Oh shit. There's some of them that are actually like rocket
oh
scientists
no,
and
there's
things
some
like
sharp
that.
people out
Like
there.
Is it Natalie Portman?
Yeah, she's got, I think,
Yeah,
maybe a PhD.
yeah, a
Yeah.
couple of them, and then one of the Wu Tang guys. Like, I think it's RZA.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
If you were to take a gander at his social media presence, you probably wouldn't have a clue that Skip Bayless has been embroiled in a nasty lawsuit along with Fox Sports One and Joy Taylor. She's a former hairdresser at Fox Sports. It says Bayless was constantly harassing her at work and offered her $1.5 million to get in bed with him. On his show Undisputed and his social media pages, the lawsuit's been ignored and non-existent, probably due to the advice of legal counsel. I already said it once, I'll say it again. I mean, look, man, I mean, I get harassment, but
Wait,
1.5 million,
yeah,
that's a
I'm
legitimate
sorry.
offer. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
that's a business proposition right there. I mean, yeah, look, you can offer me anytime you want to offer me 1.5 million. I may say no, but I want the option. Yeah, put me in the game
I don't
at
know
least.
if I'm saying no.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Straight
saying. I
up.
mean, I don't know.
I mean,
have to think about
1.5?
it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's
It's not like a measly 50 or 100K.
no
Like
1.5.
1.5.
That's what I'm saying. That's not harassment. That's a business opportunity.
Tax free.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tax free as well. That's correct. Which equals like having 3 million, really.
I mean,
Yeah.
real talk.
I'm just saying. You know. I mean, you know.
Good morning, Brandon.
What's going on with Brandon?
He says good morning.
What's up, buddy? How you doing,
He's
man?
playing with the cameras.
Oh, okay. Yes, he is.
Tactical Turkey says good morning.
Oh, what's up, Andy?
And so does Brad Elkins. Good freaking morning.
Yeah, what up?
And Little Doggy is breaking my heart. He says that it's actually going to start at noon tomorrow.
Oh, is it really? The Las Vegas Raiders are going to be looking for another head coach. They let Antonio Pierce go after one season, they confirmed. He was retained as the team's full-time coach after taking over in an interim role for Josh McDaniels, who was fired about halfway through 2023. So the players showed more fight when he took over, but owner Mark Davis took that into account, and he said, nah, it's just not working. And they went 4-13. They'll be back on the hunt to find a coach, I guess, to take over. Let's see, the Minnesota Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell, he is entirely focused on his wild card round matchup against the Rams this week, but he did respond to a surprising report that revolved around him. Jay Glazer reported multiple teams are interested in trading for O'Connell, one of the league's coach of the year frontrunners heading into the offseason. It's rare, but teams can actually trade coaches, and the offensive-minded O'Connell is someone that's piquing the interest of teams in need of filling that void.
Huh.
So,
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
You
can trade a coach, yes. You can absolutely trade a coach. A lot of people don't know that. Isn't that wild?
They just fire him.
Yeah. A woman in New Zealand had a scary moment on Tuesday when a tennis racket unexpectedly came at her. The incident occurred during the first round of the ASB Classic in Auckland when Cameron Norrie hit a forehand return into the net. Out of frustration, Norrie, who's playing in the same city, was born, threw the racket behind him, but he apparently flung it too far and it hit the woman in the front row. And yeah, he was assessed a warning. She did laugh it off. So, I mean, at least she's not suing him. That's good. And then finally, after his draft stock skyrocketed thanks to a once-in-a-generation season, Ashton Genty is going pro. The Boise State running back, fresh off coming up just short of rewriting the record books, has announced that he'll declare for the draft, and he should. He'll go very high and do very well. Let's move on to something else, shall we?
Yay, sports.
Yeah, good times. All right, let's see what we got here. I got a lot of stuff to get to, but I do want to mention Fitz Auto. If you're looking for a great vehicle, why don't you check out Fitz Auto, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, whether you want a gas car, electric car, whether you want a motorcycle, you want a RV, you want a travel trailer, you want a ATV, you want a boat. They got everything there, man. Just go see them. And look, what's great about them, what started me with them is they work with any credit. So if you got problems from the past, they're going to work with you, and that matters. So check them out. They've been there for almost 40 years, relying mainly on word of mouth advertising.
Yeah.
So go check those guys out. Now,
And there's dogs there.
mhm,
There's dogs
there are
there.
dogs there. They do
There's
have some really cool
there's
dogs.
usually dogs there.
Yeah. So, when I think you were last here Monday,
Mm-hmm.
we did talk about,
Things in orifices.
well, we did. We talked about things that the ER reported were stuck in people's butts. You know,
I'm so excited.
yesterday you were not here,
I was
and
not.
we talked about things stuck in the guy's package.
Yeah.
And today we wrapped this data up with the list of things medical professionals had to pull out of the hoo-has
The hoo-has
of patients in 2024.
Man, thank you for including the ladies.
Yeah.
I'm all for equity.
Well, equity. Yeah, I had to save it for you.
Equitality.
So here are the list of things that the doctors had to extract from catcher mitts.
Y'all can't see, but my legs are so crossed right now. Like
Plastic
I am.
Triceratops. Plastic Triceratops dinosaur.
That's the one with all the pointies, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, that's a Stegosaurus.
is that a Stegosaurus?
Yeah.
Triceratops. Oh, is that the winged one? No, that's
the one that's
pterodactyl.
got a big thing. He's got like 3 horns that come out.
No.
Shot glass. Somebody got a shot glass. How about this? A toy fire truck.
How big was it?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, how big a fire truck is it now? They have the flashing lights and everything.
Yeah, we get big ones all the time at the shop, so I'm wondering.
An egg.
Ew.
Patient reports wearing an enhancement apparatus that became stuck after intercourse. What's an enhancement apparatus? I
Like
bet
a cock ring?
like
Like on him? And
like
it got
a
stuck?
no. I bet it was a more like a strap.
Like a strap on?
Yeah, yes,
oh,
like
can I
that.
not say
Yeah.
that word?
Well, you can, but a sport.
What?
What were you trying to get out of there? You got some KFC in there or something? What do you got a sport for?
Gross.
A bar of soap, deodorant, a perfume bottle, pencil, 2 pencils, pencil sideways. Now, let me just stop on pencil sideways for a second. Were you trying to prop the door open? What's going on here? What do you got going on there? What were you trying to do?
Oh my God. Was it sharp?
I hope not.
Ugh.
Place a device that has a toy and a back door portion, which are connected by a rubber cord. Both in her hoo-ha they were unable to retrieve.
Uh-huh.
They did have some alcohol this evening. That's got to be embarrassing. Oh, no. Curling iron. Mm-mm.
Obviously not on, right?
Well, right.
Please,
No,
please,
not on.
please tell me
Dry
we're on.
erase marker. Bag of soil. Bag of soil. A bag of
What
like
kind of
a
witchcraft
That's
are
got
you
to be a little
doing?
bag. I mean, what do you trying to plant a rose in there? What are you doing?
Was it like
I don't know what that
graveyard
is.
dirt?
I don't know.
You got hexed.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Was roughhousing with her husband who lifted her up and accidentally dropped her on a hot dog cooker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Keys.
Ow.
The quintessential keys.
Ow.
Yeah, that's the punchline of so many old jokes.
Ew.
Candle, climbing peg,
What?
and this is definitely my favorite one of the list, a finger puppet. Because I can only imagine what happened before the conversation with the puppet.
Yes.
Are you ready, Mr. Puppet, to go spelunking? Yes, I am. I can't wait. Are you scared of the dark? No, I'm not. Let me go.
Got my trusty headlights.
Oh my God, that is a finger puppet. Are you serious right now? That is the greatest thing I ever heard.
I'm loving it.
That is a
loving it.
finger puppet, man.
Aw.
Yeah, that I
Not a hand puppet.
no, that's later.
You gotta work up to
I
that.
can't imagine having to go to the ER with a situation like that. That's that embarrassing. I mean
Yeah.
that's got to be the worst. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would think that probably you've gone to great lengths to not do that on your own to retrieve whatever this is,
Absolutely.
and it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. How long have you been wrestling with that item?
Yeah.
Literally, figuratively, before you decide to go to the doctor?
There was a
to the
story
ER?
where a lady had, this was a few years back, but she had used one of those little bullets,
Mhm. Yeah.
but it was in the other area.
Yeah.
and it got away from her, and it was on,
Oh.
and it took like 2 hours before they were able. I mean, the whole time that thing's. Can you imagine? You're just like, oh my God! How do you even go in and have a conversation with the nurse?
Yeah.
I.
Well, and in those, plastic chairs or whatever, and you're sitting down and just,
And you can hear,
yeah, that stuff's
sound like
loud.
you sound like an Evan root in there.
Yeah. None of that sounds pleasurable to me.
No, a
Not
plastic
one bit of that.
triceratops never came to mind for anyone.
No.
I can imagine.
Never, ever, ever. But I will tell you that if it was ever suggested or came up, the first thing I'm thinking of is I don't want to be in the ER with this. Like,
No, that's
if
exactly
it
what I
ever
don't
actually
want.
possibly did come up in a conversation.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in the ER. We're gonna go.
Like,
I'm gonna find a street doctor.
I'm not doing
a
it.
friend.
I'm avoiding that
Somebody's
at
gonna
all
help me.
costs.
Yeah, but I'm not
avoiding that at all costs.
I'm not gonna launch anything I can't retrieve.
My shame
That's step
meter
one.
is too much. Like
Yeah.
I cannot. I've got a reputation to uphold,
Yeah, right.
and it's
Sure
not
you do.
that one.
Sure you do.
I've come a long way, baby.
Well, there's lots of things I've been embarrassed by. Just never one
Absolutely.
like
Just
that
not
one.
that.
You know that
I'm not doing that.
that's a little much for
No,
me.
no,
I
sir.
couldn't survive that. I'd never live that
No,
down. for sure.
Absolutely not. Oh my God.
You had a finger puppet? Yeah, no, I was. I was just having a little fun.
How do you keep a straight face?
I don't know. That's what I mean. When you
I'm
gotta,
sorry.
most of them go. They'll pretend they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. I don't know what.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
sure. Yeah.
Oh. I
Yeah,
fell
you know what it
asleep
is. Or
in
the old fell backwards. I
the
accidentally.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell in the shower before. I
Yeah.
never had a shampoo bottle go in there.
Never.
Ever. Not once.
Not
Not even close.
No,
Mm-mm.
absolutely not.
Why would it be on the floor of the shower underneath you anyway?
And upright.
And yes, and upright.
And,
Yeah, and perfectly. No, come on, man.
Just perfectly.
Let's change gears, shall we? All right. So this is good news again. We talked earlier. The good news was, hey, all the medical bills on your credit are going to come off in March. They'll all be wiped out.
I love that.
Wiped out, gone from your credit. Now, it doesn't mean you don't owe shit. You may still owe money. It's just not going to be on the credit report, which will help you immensely. Now, here's some more good news. All kinds of good news coming here. McDonald's has rolled out a new value menu. Tuesday, part of a bid to rejuvenate traffic. The McValue menu, part of the everyday strategy now. So they're giving you buy one, add one for $1 options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh.
They're launching app-specific deals to drive you to platforms like
love that app.
free medium fries with $1 purchase every Friday this year, or a free McCrispy chicken sandwich for new app
10-piece
users.
nuggets.
Yeah, so they said in their local franchises, they're also launching their own special deals like McGriddle and app-exclusive offers like 20% off, $10 or more. So,
I want a McGriddle.
This is good news because the fast food has just been going so high and high and higher.
Yeah, they've been raking us over the coals.
They have been. I mean, it really has been just brutal.
Yeah, they've been busted on their price gouging and all that. And that app, I'm sorry, I just got the McDonald's app a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Because I was, I'm too cool. I'm not getting the, I'm not getting the app. I'm not getting screw you. You're not getting my information. And then one time I went through the, the pickup line, and she's like, if you had gotten this on the app, your, fries, we've got any size fry for $1 something on this day. And I was like, are you serious? So I downloaded it, and I won't order McDonald's any other
hilarious,
way.
man.
Because the money you save.
Do you really?
Yes.
It's appreciable.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look. I don't.
And,
it's not that I go there all the time, but
well, and the McDonald's in Bryan on Reynolds Road.
Yeah.
Is legit. I have yet to have bad fries there.
They're always good. So here's another little story about McDonald's. More than 700 current and ex-McDonald's staff are suing the firm over allegations bosses sexually
shit.
as teens. The burger giant's been hit by new claims just a year after this is in the UK. The chief, Alistair McCrow, apologized. They include allegations of sex for shifts. Yeah, more than a year ago, McDonald's vowed to tackle claims of sex and harassment, shocking behavior towards teenage staff. It said that 700 current and former employers are taking legal action against
Wow.
them. So apparently they were offering extra shifts for sex, and people were like, okay, you know.
Dang.
I never wanted a shift that bad.
Never.
Now, it would have
Is it
depended
that
on,
bad in the UK?
I was going to say, it would depend on the manager.
That's
I mean, when I was, I don't even want to say, but same McDonald's. No, you said Bryant in Benton. It was a McDonald's. Is still there, and I worked there. And there was a manager there who, yeah, she was hooked up with a friend of mine who worked there, and we were 17, and she was not. She was not. But I don't know that they were trading for shifts, but they were trading fluid. I know that.
No, that was pretty much my experience in the service industry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
starting at
definitely the
15.
service industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's crazy
a
that
lot
they
of
were
predators in the service industry.
they were trading shifts. I mean,
Wow.
what a piece of crap you must be to tell some, 16, 17-year-old girl, 18-year-old, whatever. Yeah, no, I can get you some overtime. What can you do for me? Gross, man. It's man, how can you even feel good about yourself doing that? What a piece of crap,
Just ill.
But I do like the McValue deals.
Yeah, no, I'm here for that.
I'm down for McValue.
Yeah. Download the app.
Yeah, don't get touched.
For real.
Download the app, yeah.
Good morning, Coda. Good morning, Latasha.
What's going on, Latasha? When are you going to come to the studio? I thought you were going to come and hang out with us sometime.
Bring me a McGriddle. I got 5 on it.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know that's exactly right.
For
Man.
real.
That'd be good to have some breakfast right now.
It
Wouldn't it?
would.
Yeah, no doubt
Some
about
coffee, maybe.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge.
No, it's not going to happen.
I
Don't even
know.
try. It's not just not going to work out like that. I used to do that all the time and almost never worked out. Every once in a while somebody would come in. Sometimes they'd come in and they'd bring donuts, which contributed to me being a lard ass. So I don't ever solicit for that anymore.
Oh my gosh, that just reminded me. Have you frequented Community Bakery at all in your?
Oh, I know them pretty well. I mean, I've been there many times.
Have you ever had their cinnamon rolls?
No.
Oh my God.
Are they good?
These mofos now, and this is one thing that I say, yes, the added raisins.
Oh yeah.
But this works.
A lot of people hate raisins for some reason.
Don't put it in potato salad. I don't know what to tell you.
Potato salad? Who puts raisins in potato?
I don't know. It was something going around about us white folks last year, the year before, is that we
will put raisins in things that don't belong.
In potato salad.
Yeah,
and I was like,
we'll put raisins in weird things.
But I like raisins.
I like raisins, but that's because I grew up eating them as a kid.
Same.
I mean, that was a snack, for us.
Yeah. That's your candy. Here's some raisins.
Yeah, no, we did. That's what my grandmother always gave me, a box of Minute Maid raisins, a little red box.
Yeah, I really like the golden ones, but anyway,
they're good, man.
I prefer the golden over the purple, red, brown. I don't know what color they were.
But I don't almost ever buy raisins.
Oh God, no! But I'm like, when I get them, I'm like,
but I do like them.
These are great.
Yeah, but I never buy them. That's funny.
It is wild.
But I do always like them when I get them.
Well, next time you're over at Community Bakery, if you ever think about it,
the cinnamon roll
and obviously
with the
get
raisins.
a centerpiece,
right.
But like it's huge.
Yeah.
It's a big old thing.
I'm going to have to check that out.
They're delicious.
That just sounds delicious.
Oh, Latasha's always got the baby in the morning. Well, kiss that baby for me because I don't have babies.
I understand.
What's
that's
up,
okay.
Luke?
Luke Shoemaker. What up, my dog? Yeah, man. He's we just were celebrating for him Monday. His track "Villain" just crossed 1 million streams on YouTube, which is amazing, man. That's amazing, bro. I mean, great job. That is awesome, man.
It really is.
And nobody deserves it more. The dude's as good as gold.
Absolutely.
But that song's the shit, man. You check it out, man. It's called Villain. So you can go over to our Facebook page. We shared it over there. I'll tell you who else has got a new song out. They were in here. Is John Bailey and the Heathen Revival. And if you haven't heard that song, you should. Tattoos. Yeah, it's a really, really good song. They did it live here. And I was so excited to hear the studio version. And I'm glad I have, because it's on my playlist every day. It's really that good. I like it a lot. So, yeah, a couple of great artists locally because, well, Luke's in Nashville now, but he's from here. And then The guys, John Bailey and the Heathen Revival, are out of Conway.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool seeing a couple of local cats who are making it big. You know, I mean, it's
Absolutely.
about time that we had some representation out there. So I like seeing that. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. We'll have. Probably not. I'm going to be honest. Probably we won't be able to do a Friday show.
I'm thinking.
I'm pretty sure we won't be.
Yeah.
But next week we'll have an awesome musical guest that
Absolutely.
we got lined up. So
Yeah.
yes. All right. Let's move on to this then. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay, here we go. This person wrote in. His name's Anthony, listener. He said, "I haven't heard from my New Year's Eve date in over a week. I want to know if there's any way to salvage what I thought could have been a good thing. I was invited to a New York party. Invited her to come along, thinking it'd be a good time for both of us. You know, what I didn't know, and it appears she didn't believe, is that the party was a swingers party.
Oh.
So when we walked in addition to drinks, food, decorations, there were mattresses on the floor, sex toys, lube, towels on tables all around the place. Within 30 minutes, it was clear she was ready to go and the night was over.
Oh my goodness.
I tried to laugh it off and make the best of an awkward situation, but it's been radio silent since. What can I do to at least get her listen to my side of this uncomfortable mistake?
Okay. Did he know?
No, he said he didn't. He said he didn't know.
Okay.
He didn't know.
He says he didn't know.
Well, first of all, kudos to them for, I mean, it sounds like they really had a nice setup going.
Yeah.
I mean, they got everything all out. They get your toys. They got little tables with
Isn't
lotion and oil on it. I mean, that's a nice
an
setup.
orgy. But that's an
Well,
orgy.
it does
That's
sound
not
more
a
like an
swingers
orgy.
party.
It does sound more like
Yeah,
that.
like-
More like a free for all.
Yeah, because to me, when I think of a swingers party, I
Think
think
about
more
like maybe a
a
couple's.
key party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
kind of
got
thing
you.
where you kind
You
of
put the keys in the bowl.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like old
Yeah.
school 70s style. But
Yeah.
that just sounds like an orgy. That sounds like a Diddy party.
It does. It does
Yeah.
sound like, I mean, listen, they got it all set up.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was very planned out, very professional.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did it take you 30 minutes to decide you wanted to be there?
That's what it. That's where he messed up. You know, because if he had said as soon as he saw those mattresses, he looked at her and said, "Listen, I don't know what's going on here. This ain't what I thought it was. We got to get the hell out of here."
Yeah, that's why there's radio silence, because it
Yeah.
took you 30 minutes to
It
go
took- well,
for her.
She had to
But
vocalize
she
it.
had to vocalize it.
Yeah,
That's-
you're walking around. These mattresses are out. There's tables with lube and stuff on it.
Bro.
And this girl, this is the first date.
Mm,
Now, I'm going to say
yeah.
that I'm going to say
I'm
there's
sorry,
no recovery.
Anthony,
Yeah, there's no
but,
recovery here.
She has you blocked.
Yeah, no, you're toast. You're done.
You are absolutely
You're
blocked.
persona non grata.
Yeah, and you are a topic of conversation with her friends,
Oh, yeah.
her Reddit channel,
Oh yeah.
all of these things. Charlotte
Yeah.
Dobre is probably doing a YouTube video about
Yeah,
you
don't-
right now.
Don't email her. Don't text
Leave
her.
her
Don't call her.
alone.
Don't drive by. She's just gonna say you're a stalker.
100%.
Yeah,
If
don't do it.
If you continue to pursue
Yeah,
contact
just
with this
don't.
woman, you
Just
will
don't.
end up with a restraining order.
No, because that's I that would freak. Listen, I'd be like, no, I came to the wrong party.
Bro,
I didn't know.
If
I
you
mean,
seriously, if you didn't know,
now that may be your kind of party, and maybe you
Yeah.
walk in and you're like, oh yeah, no, this is a bonus, but that ain't my party.
y'all,
You know,
it's your first date.
no, especially on a first date.
Have y'all even have
No,
the
you don't even-
conversation yet?
No,
Y'all are still talking about the fucking weather.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I get that. You know, he thought, well, we'll go to a party and
Well,
that'll be
yeah, go
cool
to-
in
yeah,
New York. That sounds a New Year's Eve party.
Absolutely.
That sounds fun.
But
You know,
here-
but then, Do
I-
you think
again,
maybe he did know
I
and he
think
was
he
trying to
knew.
roll the dice?
Yes, I do,
And
because
he thought he'd wait a few minutes to see if she
Uh-huh.
acclimated to it and
Yeah.
decided to go with it?
or that she, anyways, I won't even go that level. But for me, any party like that, especially to that level of production and planning.
Yeah, preparation, setup.
Has like a eyes wide shut secret word or something like
I
that.
mean, it seems like it.
There's going to be some sort of information. This is not going to be some random, let's just see who shows up.
Right. No, this seems like an invite
No,
type scenario.
100%. So
It seems like something it'd be difficult to not know what's going on, doesn't it?
Anthony, I'm calling.
Yeah, I'm
bullshit.
I'm thinking that Anthony did know, and he decided to float it out and see what would happen, and see if if she didn't like it, they'd bounce. But he may have lingered a little too long.
Yeah.
So you could have played that card.
No.
You could have played that card. You could have showed up there and then played it as, oh my God, I didn't know this was like this.
And
if
then
you're
see how she
uncomfortable, let's
responds.
get out of here.
Yeah.
And if she said no, I'm comfortable, then you'd be like, oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but otherwise, then you got to bounce. But
Bro.
yeah, I would never dupe someone into an orgy. I mean, that seems like a bad plan.
I don't want to do an orgy.
No, it's just too much work and too much to think about at the same time. And then,
I mean,
listen, I'm not good for that long. They expect you to perform and do
for
things
a long
there. And
time.
you listen, I got to get done.
Acrobatics, you've got to
yeah,
keep
I'm
up
not-
with the cat
that's
next
for
to
young
you.
people.
You got to keep everything sucked in the whole
Oh,
time.
my
Make sure
God,
every angle
yeah.
looks good.
No, I can't be having people,
That's stressful.
look at my
How can you maintain
salad shooter right out in the open like that. I mean, just anybody looking at it. No.
Well, how are you gonna maintain your performance?
I can't.
Or
I can't maintain
climax.
anything. I can't do. Listen, what I could do is say, I got to go.
I gotta go.
That's about it.
I gotta go. I mean, we've had the conversation even, I think, if I remember correctly, that like even a threesome. It's too much work.
No, man.
It's not worth it.
I guess most people in their life at some point need to get it out of the way and do that.
But do it in your teens and 20s.
But typically speaking, yeah, if you don't have a really established relationship with an established boundary that and you really trust each other, then that 9 out of 10 times will not result the way you think it will.
Yeah.
It's going to result with feelings getting involved and somebody being mad.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
I'm not grown enough for a polyamorous
Oh,
type
hell
really.
no.
I'm just not. And I don't know if it's a generational
I'm just
thing,
selfish.
But yeah.
That's my girl.
I'm selfish.
I don't want to share my girl.
I'm selfish. And I've been known to be closed off even from the individual that I'm,
Right. You're
with.
saying that's already a stretch,
Bro,
much less to try to
seriously.
bring the party into it.
Y'all
That's
take
funny.
too much emotional labor.
Yeah, right. It's too much work now, yeah.
Bro.
Well, that is crazy.
Oh,
though.
Latasha asked if you're going to be on tomorrow with the quote unquote bad weather coming.
Well, that just depends. I suspect we will.
I suspect you'll be on in the
I
morning.
suspect if we don't have snow or ice that's on the street and really a problem, then yes, we'll definitely be here. So I expect so. I think Friday probably not. If it's going to come in the way they say it is, I'm not going to probably get out on the snow or ice to try to fight it and come in for Friday.
Yeah. Well, I will say
So-
that I was grateful to see that at least our area was predicted to not have like the ice. We were supposed to just get snow.
Oh, really?
So, but that was
When you
what I
say our
saw.
area, you mean southern Arkansas or
Central
central?
Arkansas.
Okay.
That little strip. But
Oh, wow.
I think that was maybe 10, 11 o'clock last night when I saw that. And again, it's Arkansas.
Who knows? It could be we do a show Thursday and Friday. I mean, it just,
we could have a
again,
tornado.
yeah, it could be 50 Friday for all I know. I mean, this is Arkansas. And as they say, if you don't like the weather, stick around. It's going to change.
It's going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up on the anniversary of the 99 tornado.
Oh my God.
January 20th, 1999.
That tornado is the worst I've ever seen in my life.
100.
Yeah, I remember
I remember it.
going out to Dixon Road area because when that storm hit, I lived in that area, and it just barely missed where I lived. But man, I drove through the neighborhoods before they had barricaded everything because they had to come in and barricade it afterwards.
Oh, I know.
And I'm going to tell you something. I swear to God, I've never in my life seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It looked like what I imagined a nuclear bomb would look like going off.
Yeah.
Imagine, I saw a house upside down. upside down. I saw, what's up, man?
Good morning.
I saw a car in a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on over and sit down, man. What's up, Darren?
morning.
How you doing, buddy?
Beautiful weather outside.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Come on over, man. Come on over. See if we can get you on that mic there and see if you can do a little talking in that. Let me figure out which one it is.
What's going on, people?
That seems like
Good morning.
Yeah.
Snowmageddon coming.
Yes,
No,
no,
look
well,
at
that's what we were talking about
Yeah.
a little bit. But she had brought up actually the anniversary of the 1999 tornado. Do you remember that?
I do.
Man, that was the most brutal thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, I have never seen devastation like that.
Check this out. That tornado killed my aunt.
Really?
You know where my place is, Southwest Little Rock.
Yeah.
Go out a little bit further. Trailer park out there. It literally picked the house up,
And
slammed
just-
it, killed her.
Really? Wow, man.
I remember playing a bunch of benefits and stuff.
That's crazy, man.
It is.
I know that that's the same tornado that the people on the corner there at Arch and Dixon, where that gas station was, and it
Yep.
leveled that. And I think
Yes.
6 people probably died.
Yeah.
They
From
had
that.
the military out
Yeah.
there. And all
Oh
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, they had to block
Oh,
it
yeah.
off to
Oh, my
stop
house was
looting and
destroyed.
everything.
No,
Yeah.
my house was destroyed. I was living on Rock Street at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was, just out of just out of high school. I was working at 70s, and I left probably five-ish minutes before my mom got home, and it hit. Well, no, because I was already at the shop. No. Anyways, but it hit like 5-10 minutes after my mom got home,
Yeah.
and I get a page from my brother calling back
A
on the
pager.
Yeah.
Even. Wow.
calling back on the payphone in the foyer
Yeah.
at Gentleman's Club 70. He's like, "Don't go home."
It's so
I was like,
funny.
"Why not?" And he's like, "It ain't there." And
Wow.
so a friend of mine drove me the next day, and obviously, I mean, I'm doing what I'm doing at the time, so I have no ID. I have no proof that I live in this area.
Yeah.
And we come rolling up, and like a National Guards guy, he's like, "Stop," or whatever. And I'm like, I'm out the car and running
Hmm.
because my mama's in there. I'm out the car running, and my friend's like, "Yeah, you can like chase her, you can let her go." And they
Yeah.
just basically let me go. But it was insane. Like it
But
picked
mom
my
was
house up.
okay.
She was good. If I had been home, I would not be because my room only had like 1.5 walls standing, and I was a teenager at the time. So I assure you, I would have been in my room.
Right. That's where we all were
Yeah.
brooding.
Yeah, brooding. Probably listening to like In Excess or
Yeah,
Manson or
that's
something.
right.
just,
Something like that. That's right.
like
Something
Enya.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
crazy.
Depeche Mode,
No
It
shit.
seems so long ago, man.
It
It does, doesn't it, man?
Man, I was telling somebody that at the show the other night, I was like, man, we used to, those kids that opened
Yeah.
up or whatever, I was like, man, we used to
Oh,
party like
Aurora.
in the 80s and stuff. And I was like, there was this song back then that was about partying like it's 1999.
Right.
Oh, I
I
love
thought
that
we would
song.
never.
Yeah,
get to
no,
1999.
1999, that's never going to
Dude, I
happen.
was like, it
Nothing.
never. I mean, never. Like
Right.
2010, 2001, all the movies and stuff. It'll never happen. We'll never
Yeah.
get there. The world will end before then.
Yeah, no, man. That was that. I mean, that was the most devastating thing I think maybe of anything I've ever seen weather-wise.
Yeah.
I don't know of,
Yeah, see,
I can't
see
think
the
of anything
military
else.
out there telling people, don't.
It was
Looters that
it
get
was-
shot.
yeah, no, they did too. I mean, it was
Yeah, they
like, it was
did.
basically martial law for a
It
temporary
was.
time frame just in that area
It
out
really
because
was.
I mean, look, that tornado was a mile wide.
Yeah.
I mean, people couldn't even see it.
No.
Because the vortex was so wide. I mean, it was just a swath of just absolute devastation, man. And then I think it was only maybe a couple years later, there was another one that went through downtown.
Yeah.
Because that one, I was driving on 630 towards.
That is the one that went through downtown. But there was
No,
another.
there was another one
Yeah.
though that came in. It was not as big, but it still destroyed Harvest Foods.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes.
Main Street area
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, I was on 630. I was coming back from West Little Rock to the downtown area, and I was coming up the freeway in my little Eagle Talon, and yeah, that's what I was rocking, a Talon, baby. And it's got like an Eclipse, like a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, the water started coming up on the freeway. I mean, it's raining crazy, but I've driven through lots of rain. But now the water started coming up, and I mean coming up real high. And I was like, oh God, I mean, it's flooding. I'm going to have to turn around. I mean, this car is it's not a truck, I'm not going to be able to make it, man. And just as I did, I started to turn around, go through, in the median and go back the other way. as I was turning, I saw it come across the freeway.
Holy
Wow.
And I
shit.
was like, oh, snap, I got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, damn, man. And that was the one that took out Harvest Foods.
You'd be like in Twister when they spun around in the truck.
Yeah, no,
We got sisters.
yeah, no, I'd have been gone in the towel.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. By the way, that I did watch that sequel.
I haven't seen it yet.
I like Glenn Powell, the actor.
I do
I liked him
too.
in Maverick, but I'm going to be honest.
It was shit.
Yeah, it was trash. I mean, really,
Yeah.
it didn't improve on anything that was done before. The characters weren't better
Bill
than
Paxton
before.
ain't in it. I'm sorry.
No, it's tough to
R.I.P.
beat Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
He was
seriously,
great.
God,
Have y'all
Bill
have y'all
Paxton.
seen The New Gladiator?
I haven't. My
Haven't.
son did, and he liked it. What, you haven't seen it?
No, but a friend of mine was telling me that
It's
like
trash.
the Coliseum or whatever. Obviously, they fill it with water, which I think they've proven happened or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, man, there were sharks in the water in the
No.
Coliseum. He said, that
Really?
might be a little stretch.
No.
Wow.
I mean, how do you transport?
How do you transport
sharks?
the sharks in that era? Yeah, no, that does seem unlikely that
That's
they
pretty
could go
wild.
bag the sharks up in that time frame.
Y'all,
Pretty wild.
Yeah,
stop
no, they
it.
didn't even know how to move them.
Stop it.
How long would it
It
take
was
to
the
get a
aliens.
shark
Sharknado.
there?
It was
Yeah,
the
it was a
aliens.
Sharknado. That's
It was
exactly
the aliens.
exactly what it was. So the other night at Sticky's, man, what a great show Death Metal Disco put on, bro.
Woo-hoo.
I had an absolute blast.
I know you had to, man. I mean, I was just floored that.
And all
I mean, it
all
was
the
packed.
musicians
It
and
was just
everybody.
packed, man. It was standing room only, and so many folks came out to support y'all. And I mean, it was a great show, but it was just, what struck me was the level of support and appreciation for what you guys were doing.
And I can remember back when we were teenagers and stuff. I mean, like Juanita, the old Juanitas.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Forever they were like, "You kids can't play. Get out of here. You kids ain't gonna play up in here."
Yeah.
And then finally, but of course now we're all the same age as the people that own all these, the radio stations and all that. So we, it's a little easier to get on. But yeah, man, Aurora did a great job. We had an absolute blast. Nothing but musicians in the house. Tons of people I respect, and you as well. And,
Yeah, it was. I was honored to even be there
Dude, it was
because it
great.
was such a great. I mean, there were at least 6 bands I recognized people from there. I know.
There's no doubt.
Wow.
Yeah, and so it was pretty great, man.
Mhm.
There's some pretty great artists there.
For sure.
Yeah, when you were coming up, who was your favorite? Who were your favorites?
Dude, I'm that
I mean, I see
weirdo.
you're wearing Kiss, but
Yeah,
is that
absolutely.
one of your favorites?
The first 2 albums I ever bought in my life were Elvis Presley and Kiss.
That's a unique combination. Both pretty glam.
I'm an
Yeah.
Elvis nut, but I'm a serious. I like anything Elvis as long as you're not making fun. As soon as you start making
Yeah.
fun, I'm done.
You know what's interesting about that is my mom swears to God that we're cousins, that distantly we were cousins, and they had I guess
hope so.
my great aunt had pictures of him when he was young or something,
That's
but
cool when he had like blonde hair. and stuff.
nonetheless, so my mom had a shrine in the house. I'm not even exaggerating when I say a shrine. I mean, there was an area of, and we lived in like 3 different places I can remember as a young person, maybe 4, and every one of them had a shrine set up. It was an area that was all Elvis, period.
I can.
And that was her favorite. I don't remember it, but I saw him in 1977, I think.
Lit
I've got like
candles.
country songs about Elvis and stuff that I've read. I mean, I can show you where I was in my. I still live in the place where my grandma
Yeah,
used to live. I mean, I can tell you where I was standing when I found out he died.
yeah.
Mm.
Man, I'm going to
Pretty
tell you
crazy
what,
stuff.
people don't understand that Elvis was probably, maybe the first, what you would call now viral
Yeah.
type celebrity,
Yeah.
but he did it without the internet. He did it. I mean, he was worldwide. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
people were crazy. And so, it's hard to understand, but when he died, I mean, the country damn near shut down for a week.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, my mom cried for a week straight. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, people were in tears. You just see people out crying, people devastated. It's like a president or something.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean, he
really
was that big.
there's nothing like it.
Yeah, he was that big,
For sure.
Now I like him a lot. My wife, not so much, she doesn't love Elvis, but she didn't dislike him, just doesn't do
She
anything
wanted to
for
do
him.
some karaoke the other night.
She did. No, she was desperate to sing at the end of the night.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
cool.
that's what happens, when she gets to really feeling herself pretty
That's
good.
stuff.
She wants to sing. That's what
That's
she's.
cool.
And I was like, I think they've already broke the equipment down. She's like, yeah, but they got equipment. I'm like, yeah, it's not karaoke. I don't think it's set up anymore.
fun.
Yeah, I assume she talked to you, tried to get get it going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's
so
awesome.
funny, man.
Dude, it was good stuff.
No, it was a great time, man. It's always good over at Sticky's. I mean, they Chris and
took such
Suzanne
great care of us. The food is so. I mean, yeah, it was just a great night.
Man,
Absolutely.
you know, in this market, if you have a venue that lasts over 5 years, any kind of venue, then chances are you know how to talk to and take care of people, and that's what probably they do the best. You know, they're really nice people, genuinely.
And have Rev too.
Yeah, no, Rev and Sticky both,
Oh my God.
but they just, I mean, they're just really, they treat people well, and they remember you, and they talk to you. You know, they're very actively involved in the business, and so you know, it's cool to see that.
Super friendly guys, bartenders, everybody.
So you grew up liking Elvis and Kiss.
Man, yeah, I mean, lots of stuff. You know, I've been singing in church forever. So I was up, you know, as soon as I knew what Elvis was, I was all about it. My grandmother was always singing it.
Yeah.
And then
she sang the religious songs like "How Great Thou Art" or things like that.
You know, the stuff that was written in the 1800s. I'm not old hymnal. But I had a brother who was 8 years older than me, so that kind of got me into all it. You know, I come up in the 70s, but literally the albums that hit in the 70s, it's like I got those too.
Yeah.
So you know. Kiss, Styx, Kansas.
Yeah, all the staple classic rock bands.
For sure.
Yeah.
Love all that stuff. You know,
see, I'm of the mindset if I never heard a Kansas song again, I'd be okay. Not because they're not great artists, just because I got burnt.
That's it.
On it. I just heard it so many times. I'm like, or Boston.
This town was really, really bad about where
just grinding songs out.
Oh
yeah. Magic 105 probably, you know, played Boston.
Oh, yeah.
More than a feeling a billion times.
I wasn't going to say 105, but now that I know I can.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
For sure. And yeah, that's a perfect example of a radio. So they would not let us, I mean.
No, they were going to keep playing that one, you know.
I remember Tom, whatever.
Tommy Smith or Tom Wood?
Tom Wood.
Yeah. I love Tom Wood.
They were doing some kind of.
He's over at Arkansas Internet Radio.
Right. He's great.
He's one of the best, man. He's a great producer, great voice, and just a good person.
They were doing some kind of benefit thing, and he was like, "Come down here and donate anything, and we'll do anything." Or I was like, "Okay, I'm going to take my CD down there."
Yeah.
So I went down there and gave him $20 or whatever, and said, "Hey man, play my CD." And knew they played that, and I mean, you could tell everybody was going.
That's crazy.
It was like death metal.
No, my God, really? You got him to play it?
He did.
That's great.
It was hilarious because I mean they were all. You could just tell they were like,
well,
I can't wait till this is over.
That was the golden era of, you know, the height probably of radio success. You know, because you didn't have much internet, or if any, and you know, so you'd only see the radio personality every now and again, and it was a big deal. You know, back then, if you did a remote somewhere, people would roll out to see you because. They didn't have access to you otherwise.
Right.
And so, you know, you were a voice, and you become part of their life in the fabric and the texture, but they couldn't see you, you know, it wasn't like today. And so, you know, when you represented a radio station back then, baby, you repped them.
Oh, there's no doubt.
You know, and
you were a rock star.
Yeah. I mean, and Magic 105 was one of those that, they were huge, you know. You had Tommy Smith, and at first he had Michael P. Yeah. Then he had Tom Wood. Then he had Big Dave. So I mean, he went through several iterations there.
Man, you guys from the edge, you know, it's weird. You know, everyone in Little Rock feels like they know you guys a little bit and see you out, whatever.
Well, absolutely. I mean,
Tuesday and all that stuff. But man, you know, you get out towards the edges of the state, and you guys are. Y'all are Elvis. I mean, y'all are a big deal. I mean,
it was crazy.
Signed this autograph.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's cool.
I remember though, you know, because I was just like everybody else. I was a radio fan, and you know, it was listening to radio that made me ever want to do it. You know, because I was like, man, I want to be that guy. You know, I want to have fun. I want to cut up. You know, and but I'll never forget when I was listening to 105, and they put out a thing and said you had to write a poem about Sammy Hagar. And you could, and if you call and you read this poem, right, about Sammy Hagar, that you could sing backup vocals, and I won.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And
do you remember the poem?
No, hell no.
Oh,
no, hell no,
he was
man.
I have to recite that bad boy.
I couldn't begin to tell you what that was, but I can tell you that you know, when I won, I was shocked that I was going to sing backup for him, and so he was coming in to do a show at Riverfront. It was right after Van Hagar, and he had put out "Marching to Mars" was the name of the album.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wasn't a big album for him,
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah.
but it was a super cool experience, you know,
Yeah,
to be able to go back there. Man, even with the fro, he's probably 5'5". I mean, he was the smallest dude. I was like, man, you're like a jockey, bro. But he was a dope guy.
Man, he's one of those guys that, I mean, what is he, 75 or something?
Oh my God, yeah, somewhere
And he
around
can
it.
still sing
Oh,
all that stuff.
yeah.
I mean, like, you know, like,
No,
like
he's
Vince
still
Neil
got.
can't sing the Motley Crue stuff anymore.
No, Vince Neil doesn't have it anymore.
Sammy can still do it. Blows my mind.
Axel kind of comes in and out of it. Sometimes he's all right, sometimes he's not. I didn't like any of the new stuff. Yeah, it's hard to maintain those voices. Like Steven Tyler for a long time did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, now he can't, but I mean, how long did he go?
He went
40
down
years.
swinging, boy.
He did though. I mean, what a phenomenal voice. Robert Plant had a voice like that, you know.
I love Robert Plant.
Yeah, you're a Zeppelin, a Zepp
I am
fan?
a Zeppelin fan.
Yeah, I didn't discover Zeppelin until I was in late high school. I was more of a pop guy.
Another one of those bands that, you know, that they beat you up with, the old.
Oh my God!
Honestly,
Oh my God! Stairway to Heaven, please, man, stop with it.
I didn't discover Zeppelin until, like, really discover Zeppelin until about a decade ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, like being on job sites and everything, and because we would always have magic on, because like, that is your job site radio station.
Yeah.
And then you know, and then I started listening to like in-depth Zeppelin. I was like, this.
Yeah, no,
I'm here for this.
If you're a rock fan and you're not steeped in Zeppelin, you're probably missing out because, honestly, when it comes to the electrification of music, they're among the best ever. We can argue, you know, how they acquired some of that music, but that was pretty common in the era anyway. I mean, everybody was doing it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying everybody was doing it. But yeah, they made amazing music. But yeah, I don't need to hear Stairway to Heaven again. I don't need Freebird again, honestly.
I never understood.
Sweet Home Alabama, I can miss that.
Why they would just pick those songs that nobody ever plays.
Yeah.
You know, make people wonder what you're playing.
Yeah.
Who is that? That's
yeah.
You know? And of course,
but it's still the same. I mean, you know, that's always been the problem. The blessing and the curse with radio is if you know
play the hits
when behind the scenes. Here's a little behind the scenes. When over at the other station, the station that sold its soul, you know, they would go by trends. So if a track is trending, then they'll play it ad nauseum in heavy rotation. And you know, there was a song called I think it's Under the Graveyard by Ozzy. Yeah. And there was a point where, and I love Ozzy and I loved that song, but I hated that song at the end because I'm like, there's so many Ozzy songs. Please stop playing this one, you know, but that's what they do. They just wear it out, man. You know, and if you're a fan, you'd rather hear any other cut. Give me a new cut. Give me something different.
Something.
Yeah. I mean, give me another track to like.
Definitely.
So yeah, that is, you know, one of the negatives, but I think that streaming has changed obviously a lot of things for people now.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love, but you know, picking a radio station on Pandora, like,
oh yeah, like a random.
Yeah, a Zeppelin or, you know, Discover for You. I love, you know, that it'll just build off of that. And I've discovered some amazing artists doing that.
Now, who's an artist you like that might surprise someone if Elvis didn't do it? But Elvis is, I mean, if you're here, a lot of people like Elvis.
I mean, dude, I listen to, I like Taylor Swift. I mean,
okay, that's a surprise one.
So check this out.
Okay.
This goes back, I don't know, 15 to maybe even 20 years ago. I'm sitting it's like early morning. We're getting ready to go to work. Sherry comes in there and she goes, what are you doing? And I'm sitting there. I was like, what? Look at this kid play this piano. She said, Darren, that's Justin Bieber. And I went, what?
That's funny.
He was burning it down.
Yeah,
Never heard this before in my life. And I think it's like, I can't remember if Taylor was opening for him or it was, you know, neither one of them were huge like they are now. Yeah. But I was amazed at this kid.
You know, say what you want about him. He made a very positive impression on my wife and son. They got to meet him.
I really wasn't on the hate train.
No,
I usually have to hear somebody first.
Yeah. Well, you know, lots of people like to get on the pop hate train. It's easy to,
it's
you know, it's easy.
Doesn't take a lot of
the Nickelback
mental
haters
thought.
and stuff. You know, if you're, you know, success has enemies.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
clearly it does.
You know, there's
But
somebody out there that
I
doesn't
may
want
not
you.
bump Justin, but I have a different way I feel about it because, you know, they had the opportunity to go to meet him, you know, backstage.
Really?
Yeah. And so, first of all, at that point, Tyler was maybe 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his number one star.
Mm.
And so
He's bad.
that was huge for him. And he was super nice to Tyler. But what was really nice is my wife had set her purse down when Tyler was doing the picture or whatever. And so they had moved on. Well, she realized she set her purse down. She ran back in there and said, "Can I get my purse?" And he said, "Hey, I didn't get to talk to you a while ago. You ran off so quick. You know, I just wanted to say hi and hug your neck and took a picture."
That's so cool.
And I was like, "Man, you know, you didn't have to do any of that. You didn't have to do that at all. You could have said, yeah, no, it's right there." You know,
sure.
and so I thought that's cool, man. You know,
That is
that you
cool.
took an extra moment. And that's what I'll credit Taylor Swift with is whether I'm down with the music or not, is she really interacts well with her fans, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she really, they feel her, you know?
You know, I was down with her, you know, from the beginning. You know, she kind of did that all the country stuff. I'm totally down with a bunch of country stuff. And I know you and I both like to bump the rap.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No,
I
I
still
do.
like the
I
old
love
rap
it.
stuff. I mean,
Oh no, I came up on that. You know, I mean,
parachute pants, baby.
hell yeah. I remember, man. Listen, I went to Barton Coliseum for a show.
Oh,
And-
Barton. I love Barton.
Yeah, and they were so mad. The guy at the door, he goes, "Why would you wear these pants?" Because I think they had like 22 pockets on them.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what parachute pants were. They had
That's right.
pockets everywhere. I don't know why. We just thought they were
So
cool.
you could categorize your.
Nah, it wasn't
Yeah.
cool. It was
Stuff for
just,
the
I mean, I never,
evening.
it was just
It
a
was
look.
just zippers. It was random
Yeah,
zippers
but he
and
was
little
not-
bitty pockets.
he
That's
was
what
Whoever
it
never
makes
was.
parachutes found a way to
Yeah.
do something with the
Yeah,
scraps.
that's it. That's what
There
happened.
you go.
And man, did we wear them though, bro?
Oh, for sure.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah, that was the cool. If you had parachute pants and a dual cassette boombox,
Oh,
you
yeah.
were God, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jinkos.
Yeah, Jinkos. That's
Did you
for
go
girls.
did you go see Snoop Dogg at the
Oh, at the
Metroplex?
Village?
Yeah, at the Village.
At
Yeah,
the Village? Yeah, I did.
Dude, that was so crazy.
That was a crazy show, wasn't it?
I mean, that was blowing my mind. You know, we were sitting out there going, man, he was like, is this his fifth or sixth? I was like, I don't even know if these guys ever go on tour. I've never heard of Snoop Dogg being on tour.
Yeah, he was going. I think he had a Memphis show, and somehow they got a hold of him, and he
Was
the night before, but he
passing-
killed it, man.
Dude, he was passing out the hippie cabbage.
Oh
big
yeah,
time.
no, electric lettuce was flying through that
I
place, man. It was
swear to
blunt-tastic,
God,
bro.
I've never seen anything like
No,
that.
it was like just one dense cloud in there.
I've never seen anything like
No,
that.
it was
Never
it was
seen
pretty cool.
police, but I mean, just
Yeah, and nobody cared.
light one,
Nobody
pass it, light one,
cared.
pass it,
Yeah,
light one, pass
that's
it. Couldn't
exactly how it
believe
went.
it.
Yeah,
couldn't
now
believe
I don't know if you could get away with it now, but boy, it was exactly
He
like that.
obviously could, and I don't think
Yeah.
anybody else would have.
But yeah, man, I mean, I remember when the Beasties,
Mhm.
matter of fact, the Sugar Hill Gang,
Yep.
there was a song called Jam on It, I think by Nucleus.
Jam on
Nucleus,
it.
baby.
Yeah, Nucleus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jam on it.
Jam on it. Yeah. So they had a song called Superman, I think, also.
Mhm.
But yeah, man. So you had all that stuff was exploding at the same time, and so I loved. Like I was a big fan of the Fat Boys, which was like
Me too.
a rap.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
Stick 'em.
Yep.
Stick 'em. Stick 'em. Yeah, that was the greatest, you know. And as a matter of fact, I went.
All you can eat.
Yeah. That's all. But at that point, rap was all about singing about stupid stuff. It was
For
just
sure.
silly stuff.
Yeah,
You
nobody.
know, and then it got
Guns. Yeah.
more evolved, you know, and NWA came out, which was wild on its own, you
Yes.
know. And but yeah, I've always liked rap and hip hop influence, especially. You know, I remember when Aerosmith and Run DMC collaborated, and
Yep.
that was you know, a lot of people might not realize that was a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it
Showed,
was.
in the
showed
time.
everybody what could happen.
Yeah,
Sure enough.
it broke down literally in the video and figuratively for music. It broke down some walls and opened those doors up,
I loved it.
and it led to the Linkin Parks and the Salivas and
Yep.
you know, all of those guys, the Rage Against the Machines.
Yes.
I mean, you know, all of that influence that moved over into rock from the hip hop. You know, and then they somehow stopped letting it influence them, stopped letting anything influence them, and rock just got so hard that people ran from it.
True
you know?
that.
And they're still trying to get back on the charts and recover from that. You know, I mean, it just went. That's what I was telling someone that we were talking about it here the other day. I remember on the station I was with that we we were playing Avenged Sevenfold and what's Corey Taylor's Slipknot.
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold and Slipknot were our Billboard acts.
Yeah.
It was the most played, and I was like,
That's
man,
pretty
this
heavy
is
stuff.
That's
I-
heavy.
look, you may love them, you may like
Yeah.
them, but
That's heavy AF.
when you say, is that metal enough? Damn it, it better be, because it is metal. And,
Yeah.
you know, that unfortunately is too hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so the Edge went straight metal almost for a while.
Agreed.
But it wasn't just them, it was all, you know, across the rock. But because somebody somewhere said, if it's not, you know, if it's not really hard, it's no good.
Right.
And everybody bought into this somehow. And, you know, and it pushed the mainstream out.
Then, then you come back to the Nickelback haters.
Yeah.
You know, if you're writing a pop song for a
Right.
movie or whatever, or even a rock song for a
Yeah.
movie, you're a chump. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or if you have any #1 hits,
That's right. If you had
You're a
any
sellout,
melody, if you had a melody,
when
if
the
you
goal is to sell out.
had any kind of harmony, anything that wasn't, you know, and so it's still, like I said, it's still trying to recover on the charts. I mean, if you look at the charts for about, till about 4 years ago, for 10 years, hip hop and R&B ruled the charts.
Yeah.
Now country and hip hop R&B rule the charts. And now, you know, and I don't know why rock is so stubborn. They're so damn stubborn in a lot of ways. But now look at the collaborations going on in country, with hip hop.
The evolution of country.
With rock.
Yeah.
Like John Bailey and the Heathen Revival. They're like
That is good stuff.
country and hard rock.
Oh, I
you know,
love
country.
and that's really coming up too. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Because that's where everybody went to go have fun.
mhm.
Because metal just became, you know, the standard bearer.
Much.
And everybody said, yeah, I just want to rock and have fun.
Yeah.
And so they went over to the countryside because they're like, yeah, come on over. Let's have fun, you
yeah.
know? And
Let's go hang out at the bonfire. We don't have to
Yeah.
slam into each other.
like
every
I
night.
just saw that, who was it that just tied Lil Nas X's record, and is another Shabuzi.
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Shabuzi.
Shabuzi.
I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, Shabuzi.
Oh, I've had people the past 2 weekends request it.
Really?
Shabuzi.
Yeah. And I mean okay.
Yeah, it's like a rap and country
Yeah.
fused together thing, man. It's really interesting.
Go away.
I can dig it,
Have
man.
you said,
It's either good or it's bad. I don't
Yeah,
care.
no, that's right.
It's-
Yeah.
Banjos or
Yeah.
It's not
bongos,
bad.
whatever.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, I remember, you know, my mom when we grew up. Elvis was, but that was number one. I mean, obviously, that was the only shrine in the house.
Yeah.
But Elvis, then it was
Elvis.
CCR.
Oh,
CCR 's
yes.
great.
She loved
God, I love CCR.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. By the
Yes.
way, they never lived on the bayou. They were
They
from
never
Yeah,
San
did.
Francisco.
those were northern guys. Yeah,
They were California, Northern California
They were
guys.
fabulous.
It sounded like they lived like in Mississippi.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like they lived on the
Yeah.
bayou, you know. But what a great vocalist John Fogerty is. A great band in general.
100.
No doubt. Still doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still doing it.
Still
He
rocking
is,
it.
isn't he?
He's got to be 80.
Oh my God,
Man.
yeah. I mean, he must be.
I mean, how old is Ozzy?
Oh my,
Is Ozzy 80?
he's
Hospice.
close. You said hospice.
Hospice.
No, I'll tell you who's going to need it is Sharon. Have you seen her lately?
Oh my God, that Ozempic
Jesus.
has not done her
No,
right. Y'all gotta
Ozempic,
stop.
You got to stop, man. She looks like a bobblehead, yo.
Oh, I know. So
She does, man. She looks like a bobblehead. It's like, oh no, what happened?
were you strictly an Elvis music fan or down for the movies too?
Oh,
A
his
little bit
movie-
of both.
I loved his movies.
I
I was a big fan.
we watched his movies because my mom loved him.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, he was not a great actor.
Well, no, they were all the same, but it was
Yeah.
just
Sure.
it was still
Yeah.
just like
But he was Elvis.
It was Elvis.
You know.
well, of course.
was an
let's just-
era. It
Let's
was
stop
a
for an Elvis song and
Yeah.
a little.
No, I'm.
Elvis, we got to win this race.
Yeah,
we
we got to win this race. Yeah, little Eddie Murphy right there. Yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
another
it
thing,
is
man.
too
You
funny.
look at
I like kissing cousins.
how things. Yeah, yeah. That's how things evolve. You look at Eddie Murphy in that era, and most people now, when they think of Eddie Murphy, they think of Shrek or any number of
Dr.
the Nutty
Doolittle.
Professor,
He's
Doctor
so
Doolittle.
mild mannered.
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
he's
he's-
everyone's dad.
yeah, he's
but-
everybody's dad.
But when
And Bill
that
Cosby's
when that
crazy.
set came out,
Ooh wee.
Delirious.
Ooh wee.
Oh man, that was the.
I was
the-
wearing it out on an album.
Oh man, I couldn't stop playing that, man. It was the greatest thing. I
No doubt.
watched it maybe a million times on video. and it was terrible. You couldn't do any of that set now, not any of it. I don't think.
No.
But at the
Super
time,
controversial.
oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah. But man, it was crazy.
I loved it. For sure.
Yeah, but you look at some of those groundbreakers now, and now, yeah, they're like Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. I was just about to say Ice
NWA.
Cube. NWA.
He was with Dre. He's with
These guys are like on Disney now.
Yeah. Now
Where are we there yet?
Yeah. You got things like that. I mean, it is barbershop.
Man.
Snoop Dogg is as
Flavor
commercial
Flav.
as it gets now.
No doubt.
I mean, he's as safe as
Oh
apple
my
pie.
God, I love
Grandmas would invite Snoop to their house. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
And they know. They know he smokes weed and he used to kill people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, but I still love what?
Hey,
That was never proven.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
I'm innocent.
Yeah.
I'm innocent. I got my blue on.
Yeah.
We're good.
Mobbing in my county blues. Yeah, no, man. Let's see. What are the people saying here?
A lot of stuff.
Are they? Well, Bieber, little doggy said, yeah, no.
No, I don't know
Korn is the greatest. Great to smash shit to. Probably is a good song, good band to smash stuff to if you like that.
And Korn was different. And
They-
they,
you know,
they
I
hit
love
different.
Korn.
Yeah, I liked. I think "Freak on a Leash" was the one I liked because
Yeah.
he made the crazy sounds in it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
thing of any Korn thing ever. Is that
It's on
part
the
of that
playlist.
song is like I don't know why it's just crazy and I like it. It was so different.
They were the
I'm a
first ones
fan.
to break through with all the 7-string guitars, and they
Is that right? I didn't
kind
know
of dropped
that.
down a little. Well, I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a seven
I guess
string.
as
I
a
knew there was
guitar
12
player,
string.
that struck me pretty hard. That
Really?
those guys were tuning so low.
How
They're
how
so
do you? I never heard of a 7 string.
Man, it's trippy. I don't even play them. Like Dark from Day One, they've got a lot of stuff that's. I mean, it's just like that next level low. It's
Wow.
awesome. They're a wicked band too.
No, they're great. No, I've known Natal forever. He's a
Yeah.
great writer,
Yeah.
great performer. I mean, I look at just the people who've been in that band over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah.
All of them have reached some level of success.
No doubt.
But yeah, they're doing pretty good right now. They got some things going
I
on.
think they've got the lineup that they need.
They've got a good one.
And, I think they're writing hits. It's as good as just about anything.
No,
out there.
it is. I would agree with that 100%. That you look at some of the music coming out here right now, and it's as quality as anything you can find
They
anywhere.
sound like
Oh, no,
they sound better.
They
than a
do.
lot of
They
the
sound
stuff
better
out here.
than most of the stuff you're going to hear on the radio.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's facts. Go look up Dark from Day One,
Facts.
and
Props.
you won't be disappointed.
No.
But they're very progressive. But man, they have a lush sound. They use a lot of different cool audio things that they tie into it, which I always liked. Bands like Queensryche would do that.
Yeah.
They're
These big concept thing. You never.
yeah.
It's like you can't tell where one song stops and the other
Yeah.
from begin.
yeah,
You kind of get to where you don't really know. I don't know this. It's like Tool. I don't know the song name.
yeah, right.
I just know.
Just know the
Yeah.
sound.
Let it play.
Yeah. Now, Tool's another one that is an amazing band.
Big fan.
Yeah, I mean, but just crazy to be that small and have that big of a voice.
Man.
But we were talking.
And so vastly talented. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just think Maynard is just so ridiculously talented.
He is a freak. Just
Yeah, I mean,
jujitsu and
it's-
wine
yeah.
and.
Is that right? Does he have
Yeah.
all that?
All
I
that.
saw Sammy Hagar and him and somebody. I think it was Guy Fieri or something.
Guy Fieri.
They were all at his.
Have you had his burgers before?
Yes.
in Vegas. I had. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
So
pretty
good.
stuff.
I had him on a cruise
Man,
ship. Delicious.
Yeah. I as soon as I had it on the cruise ship, it became
Yeah,
my favorite of all
done.
time, and I
Yeah.
quit going.
I
I
agree.
ate his burgers every day.
So good. And Maynard, I mean, to me, Tool is a genre in and of itself.
Yeah,
I will
Yeah,
agree
they're a
with
trip.
that.
You
There are
know?
very few. System of a Down.
yeah.
And
They,
Tool.
they, they hit a level of dark that not a little
Yeah.
lot of people can.
And Tool.
Well, but
just-
they have a sound too that's just
so unique.
You can't
It's
imitate it
them.
really.
It's just them.
If you do it, you sound like you're doing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't clone a Tool or System of a Down song.
You just-
Like, if you look at, for example, Godsmack, who I love
Mhm.
Godsmack,
too.
and they're still the nicest band I've ever met in my life. Just that Sully and those guys, just the nicest guys ever.
hmm
But when they started, you might gather from their name, which came from an Alice in Chains song.
Mhm.
That's who inspired them.
Yeah.
And they had that vibe, that sound early on, more.
And
Alice
I
in
really
Chains
didn't
sound.
think it would go. A few albums.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. But
Here they go.
their sound evolved, and they
Mhm.
became their own sound. But they're not like Tool or System of a Down in that they're so distinctive.
Right.
You know, nobody else could do it.
Right.
You know, and I'm not dissing Godsmack. They write great songs, but a lot of artists could do that song and sound good doing that song.
True.
You know, and you wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
But if you heard someone else trying to do Sober,
you'd
be like, what is this
they
trash?
boo them off the stage.
You know, can you imagine someone trying to remake Sober?
Oh, good
crazy.
God.
Or remake, why'd you leave your kids up on the table?
Oh, dude.
I wanted to. Yeah.
Man, he's
I mean,
for Search
what is that,
Bank,
Chop
he's-
Suey?
Chop
He's a
Suey.
freak.
Yeah, man, he's operatic, you know. I mean, what an amazing.
Freakazoid.
But those are the kind of bands that, you know, it's crazy how, what you're talking
How
about, the unique
they are.
and the talent level they have.
Like a System of a Down. I don't know about the other guys, but some of those came off of Ozfest. Whenever Sharon was like, "I'm going to get all the money.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this thing called Ozfest, and you guys can pay me to play."
Yeah.
And
that's what happened.
They were one of the bands that came out of that.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't know about pay to play until a band.
It's still out there.
I know a band that we know did Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what an honor. And he said, well, we have to pay for it. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And he said, yeah, we have to pay this much. And the only thing we make money on is our merch.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
basically
the
tell you to
merch.
stock up, sell everything you
Now,
can.
merch
Wow.
that's when I learned how big of a factor merch is in a band, in a band business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that merch is sometimes bigger than tickets.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was a surprise to me to know that they had to pay to play.
We were talking about Elvis. I want to say every year since he's been dead, he made more money than the year. But I mean, it's like
Really?
he makes more now
It's,
than he
it's
did
not
when
shocking.
That is not shocking.
No,
At all.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, but it went from T-shirts and now he's on Christmas ornaments,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
plates.
yeah.
No, somehow it's been
They're gonna AI
generationally
that
passed
mofo
down.
back into
Yeah.
it. Oh,
It's
absolutely.
been generationally passed down.
Absolutely.
And I did not expect
Yeah.
that. Honestly, I thought that it might die because, I mean, look, he wasn't putting down new stuff. It's,
Even
Mhm.
Graceland
older.
itself. I mean, now it's a
Yep.
venue and all
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It's
I've
wild.
been there a bunch of times when
Have you?
I was young. Before they separate, now it's like 10 different tickets to go do whatever.
Really?
The first time I
Oh.
went, I got to get in every one of the vehicles.
Okay.
Every one of them.
Really?
In that gold Cadillac, I've been in the pink one. I mean,
Really?
you could sit in them.
That's cool, man.
And that's
Yeah,
way
they-
back. Now it's
I was
like
gonna say they
now
did
it's-
away with that. You can't even be in 6 feet from
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm
they won't let
sure.
you touch anything
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They've kind of
gonna ruin it.
reworked that whole deal.
Yeah, they
And
tape
were-
it off.
And they were selling Elvis sweat and all that stuff. Who's dumb enough? to buy
Elvis
that shit?
sweat?
There's like more sweat than a human could possibly make.
Yeah, no, there's
Oh,
no way
my
that's
God.
his sweat. Yeah, there's no way that's
That's
his
the
sweat.
gardener
That's so funny.
sweat.
Yeah, there's probably just some water.
Saline
Salt,
solution.
You
yeah,
talk, you
saline
talk about
Yeah.
merch.
No,
There's
doubt.
a tip for you.
But
Sean.
I mean, but you have to understand in that, what people don't get is in that era that, women passed out when he
Oh,
came on the stage. I
for
mean,
sure.
literally,
Men
they would
too.
pass out.
yes.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on that, but I know women did, without a doubt. I mean, they would lose their minds. The same with the Beatles.
Oh yeah, that was
Mhm.
yeah,
You know,
he-
the
he-
Beatles
he was
were-
the devil up there.
Yeah.
And somewhere between my grandmother and my mother, he went from being the devil to being the.
Well, my grandfather thought he was the devil.
For
Oh
sure.
no, I
Oh, yeah.
promise you, he
Them
did not
hips.
like him at all. Oh no, yeah, he didn't like
Them
him.
hips.
He thought he was vulgar. Elvis was vulgar because he, and if
Yeah.
you watch him dance, it's about as as safe and
Seriously.
of a dance as you could ever have right now. If somebody did it, you'd say that's corny.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah. You'd be like, "Are you
that was a
okay?"
scandal.
You'd go through like stroke protocol
they-
with them.
They went on Dick Clark. They'd only show him from the waist up.
Yep.
Because it
He
was
was
too risque
vulgar.
for him to swivel his
Ed
hips.
Sullivan. Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, that's right, Ed
Yeah,
Sullivan.
yeah.
You're right.
What'd
I say?
And that was Dick Clark.
Oh, Dick Clark.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Ed
yeah,
Sullivan. You're right. That's right.
But yeah, I remember my mother telling me about watching that show. We were all in front of the one TV on the street.
Right.
Yeah.
All of me and all of my
Black
friends.
and white TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And my grandfather, he had one early on, and but yeah, he hated. Man, he did not like him at all. But he was a funny guy. I remember, he tried to stay current, and he came in one time, and I was for some, and I don't know why. This is the stupid things kids do. They want to play songs for their grandparents or their parents of bands they like, and you know damn well they don't
Yep.
like this stuff, man.
Oh my
They don't get down
God.
to that. But I was trying to play Def Leppard for my grandma. Again, I was
Why
an
is the
idiot.
leopard deaf?
Yeah. But my grandpa came in and he's like, You think I don't understand what y'all listen to? Your Flat Snake and Deaf Tigers?
That's it.
And I just went, yeah, that's it. Flat Snake and Deaf Tiger, Grandpa. That's exactly who I'm rocking to. I'm going to go play some,
Oh my
some little Judgment Day by Flat Snake, you know?
Flat Snake.
Yeah. I did like White Snake, but they were one of those bands that seemed very, very Zeppelin-y to me.
They're another band that had, like there's been 50 people in White Snake at this point.
Yeah, no, they did have a lot of lineup.
Obviously, that album that came out when we were in high school is,
The biggest one.
I can't remember.
Where Tawny Katan was on the hood of the car.
Oh yeah.
They were absolutely, they were
They were
everything.
big then.
Yeah.
They were real big at that time, man. Yeah. Who else did you like in that time frame?
Man, Great White,
Great
all
White.
that same
Man, what a
stuff.
tragic story that is.
I
But
was
they
still
were good.
trying to like Motley Crue, even though they were falling off.
It's weird. I think about sometimes how I feel about music, and I think about where that in certain catalogs of artists I stop.
Yeah.
There's a point I stopped with Van Halen.
Sure.
And it happens to be 1984.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I'm not knocking Sammy because I told you I sang backup for him.
Yeah.
I love Sammy.
And yes,
but I
78,
didn't like
80, David
Van
Lee Roth was the
Halen,
baddest
not
one
Van
on
Halen.
the planet.
David
Yeah.
Lee Roth to me represents the penultimate front man.
For sure.
I cannot tell you. It doesn't. I'm not talking about his vocal chops, although I like his voice a lot.
And he was pretty much the same
But-
on stage.
Yeah.
You see him in the
But-
bathroom.
But he was just so over the top entertaining
Yeah.
and crazy and such an ultimate front man that it was captivating
No
to
doubt.
watch that for sure.
No doubt.
Sammy was great. They just got so keyboardy then that it was hard for me.
I even love, Sammy's older stuff, the
hell
original heavy metal, the song.
Oh hell yeah!
I
love that.
thought way back then, I was like, if I was Sammy, I'd try to copyright that.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
that says heavy metal needs to sold me $1.
That's a great song. Actually, he had a song called Trans Am.
Yeah.
He had I've Done Everything for You. I mean,
Man,
he had
there's
a lot of big
um,
hits early on in his career.
Had tons of stuff that I liked. I'm trying to remember.
He was with a band called
Stace-
Montrose, I think.
Oh yeah, that
Mhm.
goes even further back.
Yeah.
But Standing Hampton was an album that he did that had. I think
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's the one before the movie Heavy Metal came out, so it actually had that track on it, and a bunch of other stuff that you'd
And
probably recognize.
that movie, man.
love that
listen,
movie.
we watched that.
Such a good movie.
We would. I would use the toothpick to get the cable box so I could
Yep.
see HBO or whatever it was,
Yep.
and that's how me and my brother would watch heavy metal. We must have watched it 30 times,
Love that
man.
movie.
Because
freaky.
to see cartoon boobs was the greatest
Oh,
thing ever
yeah.
in my life. I was
Yeah.
like, this is awesome. They were doing cocaine. They were.
Oh,
It was just.
cool.
It was a crazy
Plutonium
ass movie.
Nyborg, man.
Yeah.
It was a crazy movie, but the soundtrack,
Oh,
like even the song by Don Fagen,
Yeah.
was a great one. I
Dude,
mean,
yeah,
every
that's-
song on that soundtrack
It
was
is good
so
stuff.
good.
It
man.
is good stuff.
Yeah, still so
I
good.
still rock that one.
Absolutely, man.
absolutely.
Yeah. What's a new band that you're into?
Boy, let's see here. I'm trying to think here. I'll tell you, they're not even necessarily new, but another band that I really like that I didn't think would go past one album,
Mhm.
Papa Roach.
Oh yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
man, that's really the dumbest name I've ever.
It was a dumb name
I was
to
like,
me. Yeah.
I mean, I was like, you're gonna kill some of the people that want to hear your stuff, and every album those.
But
guys
he's one of
do
those
just gets
hip-hop
better
influenced
and
bands.
better.
Yeah.
And dude, they're so
Definitely.
awesome.
I'll tell you someone who gets slammed a lot,
Who?
and I don't give a damn, and that's Limp Bizkit.
Dude, yeah,
Limp Bizkit had some shit, man. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Totally-
still
That's
bump break
another-
stuff.
totally
Yeah.
wicked band.
That's
Yeah.
another band that had their own unique sound.
They did, and I liked
And
it.
I did too.
I loved a lot of their stuff, actually.
It
Man,
gets
I can
requested a lot.
switch and go a little southern. I'm sure you've heard of Blackberry Smoke.
Yeah, they're great,
I
man.
absolutely love those guys.
Yeah,
Like
they're
the
real
greatest
good.
thing since Black Crows or
They're
something.
great. Yeah, they're similar in ways. Yeah.
And there was a band that opened for them, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. They were here. A band of, like kids, like the Aurora,
Mhm.
in their 20s,
Yeah.
called Free.
Okay.
And they're very Zeppelin-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
And man, it was just
Yeah, Greta Van
really,
Fleet,
really
kind
cool.
of
Yeah,
Zeppelin-ish,
yes.
you know.
These
They
guys
said
were
they
probably
were,
more
but-
so than that.
Really? Wow.
But yeah, Greta's badass too.
Yeah, no, I like them. I liked Royal
Fleet,
Blood.
not the girl.
Yeah. Not Thunberg. I like Royal Blood. Have you listened to them much? They're real good,
Yeah,
man.
2-piece.
Yeah, and a real good 2-piece at
It is
that.
freaky.
Yeah, I like them quite a bit actually. Dirty Honey.
Yeah.
Like those guys a lot.
Yeah.
Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good one. If you like the Zeppelin type old rock vibe, that's all
Just
good.
so much out there, man. It's crazy.
All right, let's do something different, shall we? Let's see. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, we've been talking a long time, haven't we? Well,
Blah blah blah.
yeah, you know how it goes. All right, let's see what do we got here, man. I know I got some stuff we need to switch up and get to today before I'm done. Oh yeah, man. I was I don't know what happened, but and it was funny because Tyler's 22, so he has no knowledge of Jerry Springer. He didn't grow up watching Jerry Springer, nothing like that. But we were watching somehow. They were doing a thing, and we were watching a Jerry Springer, a couple episodes of that, and man, that show was insane. And
Absolutely.
that show was absolutely.
I mean, it's like a mob. It's like
wild,
the
man.
mob. The whole place would just erupt.
Now we were watching. These ladies were just absolutely scrapping over this dude who was, weighed $110 and didn't look like he was worth scrapping over.
Funny stuff.
And it was one of the most controversial shows probably in pop culture history. But in an interview, Toby Yoshimura, he is in the new documentary, Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action, which is over on Netflix. It's a 2-part documentary, right? And he said, he turned to alcohol and drugs to cope. He said, look, I worked on this a lot in the last decade, multiple decades. He worked on the show for the first season in 91, then again from 2006 to 2008, and said, I didn't think about any of it. I was trying to survive. We were just working week to week to get a show up. But it wasn't until one particular incident, he said, what am I doing? But he said, I wasn't doing good emotionally. The pressure was just kicking my ass. And he said, stuff starts to grate on you about things that you ask people to do for entertainment. He said, I remember one night a lady called the show because she wanted to tell her dad to stop ordering her at a website that she was a hooker on, because they'd send her and she'd have to do the job. Said it had been going on since she was like 16.
How do you find people that are that
I don't know.
backwards?
But she said, so we had them under aliases in different hotels, and they didn't know where each other were. He said, I went over to her hotel first just to see how she was doing. I knocked on the door, and her dad opened the door. I mean, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's crazy.
But it's right in line with the show.
No, it's absolutely in line with.
I mean, who calls Jerry Springer and goes, hey, I've got a surprise I need to tell my wife?
No,
And who's willing to go on there and do that?
The dignity factor is like none. Because that's what I'm saying. There's no way. Look, you can go on my social media every day the rest of my life. If my wife and I were having any issue, you ain't gonna know it.
No.
Because I'll never publicize it.
You know those kids of ours? They're not yours. Here's the guy. They're like, ding.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
yeah, no,
woo!
I'm not going on Springer to reveal anything.
It blew my mind.
But you look at some of the, look, a lot of them are snaggletooth or, they're.
I've seen quite a few on there from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who was on there.
Really?
Somebody I know, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I sure do.
I got asked to be on one of the court shows.
Did you really?
Yeah, me and my baby daddy.
Oh, did you do it?
Hell no.
No.
Was it?
No,
was it
I've got
Judge Judy?
self-respect. No, and if it'd been Judge Judy, maybe I would have gone. No, I wouldn't have.
I love watching her, but if you get on her bad side, it's over.
I
You
would
know she's
never.
the highest paid.
I would never do
saw
that.
that.
Highest paid entertainer on television
Absolutely.
ever.
Go, Judy.
She's worth like $1 billion.
I love her. I mean,
It's crazy.
She has stayed with me most of my life because I grew up watching her, and
Me
it
too.
stuck with me. Especially when I had my paint company.
Yeah.
4 corners of the contract, bro. The contract. All of my contracts, my waivers, any
Yeah.
legal document I have,
So you
I
actually-
owe to Judge
You
Judy.
gained some legal insight
Absolutely.
from Judge Judy.
Absolutely.
I heard her
great.
tell somebody, success is being paid more for doing less.
Mm.
I was like, damn.
That is a great line.
Profound.
That is profound. That's a great line, actually. Success is being paid more for doing less. That's exactly right, actually.
I mean, literally.
It is exactly right.
Eventually, you don't do anything and you get paid more than you ever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you have a catalog of whatever it may be.
Yeah,
or a
she
body
absolutely dictates that. She probably runs that whole station.
Oh my God! Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much money she's made.
How much money do you think that her bailiff makes? You know, he's been there forever.
Oh my God! Has he been there all that time? I'm
trying to remember his name.
I guarantee you, he don't.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, he's paid well.
I guarantee you. Yeah, she probably wouldn't have anybody else.
No, he ain't paying. He ain't making 100,000. I'll tell you that.
Right.
No,
probably not.
He's probably making $500,000 a mil.
He's probably got a trunk full of merch.
Yeah, he definitely does that. You know. Yeah.
A bird bobblehead.
Yeah, Maury's the other one where they come in. You are not the father.
Maury.
Dude,
Can you imagine that? You're a girl and you're going to be on that show and you don't know who the daddy is?
Jerry had the fights and Maury has the run off stage and
they'd start crying and go hide or whatever.
I saw one girl that was on there. I mean, it's like he tried to find they went through like 6 or 7 guys.
Bro.
She's like on the floor crying. You know, all the guys like throwing high fives.
Right.
I told you, like they all know each other.
Because she was an around the way girl. And
dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like you don't think
it has to be him.
I mean, it's like you think that when you show up there
Maury, I'm 1,000% sure.
Yeah, no, you're not.
And then they show the kids and stuff. He looked just like him.
They're not
and
even
you feel bad about the kids because you're like, man, this poor bastard right here.
Yeah.
Literally, doesn't know who his daddy is.
Bless it.
Unreal.
Yeah, man, it's funny, man, that the things that we're entertaining at the moment, it is the train wreck.
Shock TV, I guess.
Yeah, now a lot of that in that era was going on, but all these things were coming out. Like, you remember early on in website days, there was a website called rotten.com.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to see anything to do with death, that's where you go. Now, before that, you'd have to go on video and rent Faces of Death.
Yeah, I remember Faces of Death.
Yeah, and we were messed up. We would rent those and just watch them because
we did too.
There was, I mean, it was just one of those crazy morbid.
You wanted to see it. You had to see it.
Right. I want to know how bad it actually can get.
Yeah,
I remember the conversation on the playground. About it, and like you had the one cool brother or whatever, and you go over for the sleepover and watch Faces of Death.
Yeah, I remember a dude was in the video. He was holding an M80 in his hand that went off, and his hand was just shredded. I mean, it was just nothing. There was just nothing left. It was just a meat puddle, and I was just like, "Whoa!" There was
a guy that like got caught in between 2 like subways that were like slowing down. They were going opposite directions, and they were like slowing down to stop. And he gets all like wrapped up in that, and they like. I think they ended up telling him, like when we pull these trains apart, you're gonna like fall into nothing.
Yeah. You're gonna die.
Wow,
it's terrible.
That is crazy, man.
Freaky.
That is wild. All right.
Okay, Bird only got paid $68K a year in California.
No way.
I'm sure he had another job.
He could have.
That's what Matthew is saying.
Really?
That's what Matthew Dobbs is saying. So I don't.
That's crazy, man.
I don't. Seriously?
He is not getting more for doing less.
Well, no, he definitely is. All right, let's talk about this. A couple things. Now, this one I brought up this morning, but if you weren't here, I think that it's worth noting that they're going to remove all the medical bills from your credit record starting in March. So they passed a new law, a ruling by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that'll remove $49 billion in unpaid medical bills from the reports of 15 million Americans. So that's probably all of Arkansas. And,
yeah, you can bet.
So I think that's great. I mean, that's a good thing. This is one of those last minute things the White House is trying to do before they end the administration. And I like this one.
Yep.
I think that everybody, has medical bills. Sometimes they surprise you, but I don't think that alone should be enough to hurt your credit and disqualify you. Now,
especially when the country's upside down and has been all of our lives.
Bro.
Right, no doubt about it.
Preach.
Now, this one I'm not sure about, but take a listen to this. The FDA is moving forward with a regulatory rule in the final days of the administration that would effectively ban cigarettes currently on the market in favor of products with lower nicotine levels, which could end up boosting business, it says, for cartels for black market cigarettes. But, So he's trying to, on the way out, go ahead and ban cigarettes. What do you think, man? Do you think that is this a good
Good luck
idea,
with
bad
that.
idea? What do
Good
you think?
luck, bro.
Good luck with that.
What do you think if they did manage to do it? What do you think would happen?
Oh,
It would
Do you-
instant black market.
You think the
Yeah.
black market would pop up?
People
we
would
don't
then,
still smoke.
people
So,
like my father, my brother. I mean, those people wouldn't even listen to that shit
How-
for a second.
How ironic would it be that weed is legal, and now you're buying cigarettes in an alley from some scandalous?
That, honestly,
pretty crazy.
that'd be hilarious.
It would be funny.
You know, you have to buy
That'd be
buy your
hilarious.
cigarette, man. You got a pack of smokes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, $50, man. I
So
got
it-
camels,
when-
man. I got camels.
When
They're
are
like
they?
$10 a
They're
pound
Yeah.
now.
Donkulous,
I
bro.
mean,
When is this ban supposed to take effect?
Well, I mean, they're trying to get it in place before they go. I don't know what steps they have to go through to make it stick.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they're-
Monday.
I mean, they just got a few days left here. I mean, what is it? The 25th? Is that when the switcher
Yeah.
went out? What day is it?
20th
20
is inauguration.
Is it the 20th? So
20th
you
is
got
the inauguration. So I don't.
12 days. You know, less than 2 weeks to get anything done that you're
And
going to try to get done.
Half of Capitol Hill smokes, I'm sure. You know, I
Yeah.
mean,
They smoke something. I can
well,
tell you that.
Yeah, that's-
smoking tends to go with, copious amounts of amphetamine use. Cocaine,
That's
things
true.
like that.
Oh, yeah, it is
I
actually-
mean, and the stress of being caught with underage prostitute. Never mind.
That could happen.
Trafficked
Yeah.
children, Asian boys. I'm sorry. I'm an ass.
No, it's all good. And now they're that's how it is. That's how it is. So there's 3 million people in the federal government.
That smoke.
No, I was
Oh.
thinking. So you're talking about everybody smoking in the government. I was like, well, that maybe. I think 5% of the population smokes now. But when if you look back at
Losers.
at
Catch
the
up.
80s, it was 50%, 45,
Damn
50%.
right. We weren't quitters back then.
No, man.
I'm just sorry.
We were
I'm sorry.
abusive. We were terrible
abusive.
people.
And cocaine was really good then.
I mean, I don't know that it's ever not been good. It's just not good for you.
No, you.
It smells great. What?
Tastes great, less filling.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Much better than beer.
That's.
I'm just saying,
Too
much
funny.
better.
They didn't work together for me. It was never my good combination.
What's that, beer?
Beer and cocaine.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
definitely not. 68,000 a year he got
That
paid.
just is.
I don't know. Is that right? Is that
unbelievable.
is that vetted? That's
I
crazy.
mean, maybe
man.
back when they
gonna-
started, but
It would seem odd. That,
Yeah,
that-
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe back when he started, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a reputable source on that one,
yeah,
Matthew.
I'm gonna need a link on that.
Give me
Give me
a
link
link
to that
'cause
because I
there's
want to
no,
know.
there's no
I'm mad at-
effing way.
I'm mad at Judy if that's
Yeah,
the
if
case.
you got all that, you got a
Seriously,
billion, and this dude
bro,
was making
come on,
70. It's
man.
like, what, Latasha said, what about Ricky Lake and Montel? Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember my mom watching those. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember those.
Did
I
you see
didn't
those
watch 'em.
pictures of Kamala and Montel?
No, I
I
didn't.
think they like used to date or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw some
Montel
pictures of
Williams in
that.
there?
Yeah.
Wow, no, I did not see that. I never watched Ricky or Montel or Donahue or
no.
Jenny,
Oprah. I didn't watch any of them back
Yeah.
then. No, Sally Jesse,
Sally Jesse.
Morton Downey Jr. I mean, none of those.
I
shows.
remember watching some of that.
Yeah.
I watched some
because
of
it was on
yeah.
its way to some crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
but once Jerry
Yeah, Jerry just took over.
Jerry-
solidified his space as Jerry,
Yeah, Jerry came
None
on
of y'all could
during the
touch it.
afternoon, man.
Yeah,
And people,
I wasn't
they
watching
were listen. They
crap
they
at
watched
AM.
some Jerry now.
It's like watching wrestling, you know.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
real similar at the
fantastic.
time. Matter of fact, I did watch. By the way,
You watched Monday.
I did. I watched Raw
Did you?
last night. We watched it, at least most of it, I think.
Did you see Hulk get booed?
Yeah. That's it is what it is. But what I will tell you is that, man, do they milk the production time?
Don't they? Oh my
I mean,
god!
man, it's like, hey, let's get to a match now, can we?
Yeah. Oh,
know.
and that's ridiculous. I understood whenever they were doing it as far as like making sure that the health of the sports
I'm just
entertainers,
talking
whatever.
the
But now,
they walk around the ring.
oh yeah,
They're doing.
they have
It's
to
like
do a
8
talking
minutes
session
before the match. I'm
Yeah.
like, can we get to scrapping or some
Yeah,
shit here?
and now they're doing 3 hours again, so it's even worse.
Oh, is it 3 hours?
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Wow.
They've gone back
Well,
to
most
3
of
hours.
it is time for them to walk up a ramp and
Bro,
around
shut
the
your
ring.
face.
Yeah, but I did find it interesting. It was I think they're doing a good job, at least with uh, rebirthing it, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, rebirthing the WWE in a
I
way.
agree.
I really haven't watched it since I was a kid. All of our
Yeah.
Do it.
Junkyard Dog and all that.
Yeah, you know that we've got a match coming up here.
Here?
Here. Yeah. You didn't know this?
No.
All right.
Wow.
Well, maybe you don't know either. So let me tell you, we have something coming up here January 25th called Ark and Brawl. And there are 4 different.
I did hear you talking about it.
4 different.
Didn't they slam me through a table or something?
Yeah, that did happen. And that led to what's going to happen, which is my retribution, which is coming. But there are 4 different independent wrestling leagues who are coming in to do one big event here. So we're going to have 9 matches, setting up a professional ring in out here.
Right.
Yeah, with scaffold, with bleachers, with chairs, with setup, free hot dogs, free show for everybody. And
we'll pack this place, dude.
Yeah,
right?
And somehow, some way, the dude that slammed me through a table, he started piping off over here when I was sitting here, and I don't know, I just...
One thing led to another.
It's it's one of those F around and find out moments. And I just went, hey, I want some. Let's go. So now somehow we're the main event.
Now you have tights.
I've got a fur coat and tights ordered. I'm getting ready to go to town, man.
Those guys are tough, man.
Yeah, no, he's a big guy too, real big guy. But
I'm not young like I used to be. I've got like 30 seconds of.
I got dad strength.
Uh-oh.
I got dad strength. Yeah,
have you
know what I mean.
Training?
I have been training.
Okay.
I have been. Yes. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I sure have been working on my cardio.
Yeah.
Working on some moves.
Working on
my Irish whips.
Your.
I don't know what you're talking about. Working on, my Irish whips, my lariat. Working on my suplexes. I'm working on all that stuff and trying to get it lined up because, listen, I mean, if we're going to be the main event, it can't be, it's going to have to be a match.
Phone it in.
It's going to be a real fight. Yeah, January 25th. Mark your calendar. We're doing it right here at noon. Doors will open up at 11. You can come see the studio, come meet the cast of the show. We're going to have streaming set up. We're going to have commentary going on.
Nice.
I mean, it's just like a WWE.
I love
setup.
it. I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
You're crazy for trying to do it.
Yeah, I know I am.
Are we doing pay-per-view?
I don't know if they're doing a pay-per-view or not yet. I'm not sure what they're doing with it.
No.
I still haven't heard, so I don't know how that's going to go, whether it's going to be a pay-per-view or not.
Or like ESPN.
But the Ocho. But I encourage the Ocho, baby. Come in person because it's going to be a spectacle. I promise you that, and you won't want to miss that. All right, before we get out of here, let's do this, okay?
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard rock drowning some honey. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny.
It might be.
This shit ain't
Could be funny. I don't know.
I love Luke.
Yeah, don't you though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool because I sent him the track and I said, here's some lyrics in a track. Would you do this for me? And he was such a champ about it.
Yeah. He's great.
He's a champ, man. He really is. A cruise ship passenger caught on camera acting unruly died shortly before being detained. His name was Michael Virgil, 35. What? He was seen trying to kick down a door on a cruise ship shortly after it left Los Angeles. It was headed for Ensenada, Mexico. The gentleman that was drunk said he was going to kill us all. That was one of the passengers.
Oh my
said
God.
he started chasing us down the hallway. He attacked 2 Royal Caribbean crew members aboard the Navigator of the Seas and was attempting to kick down a door to the towel room to get to one of them.
What?
He said, I was kind of scared. I'm stuck in this hallway. He was yelling profanity, racial slurs. He was shirtless.
Nice.
There you go.
So
always shirtless.
Yeah, so they showed up. I guess ship security hit him with the pepper spray, some zip ties and whatnot, and but he died within an hour of security injecting him with a sedative. Yeah. So
what?
Well,
they can do that?
Well, they can, and what I don't know is, was it because of the alcohol that he had in his system that interacted with it?
Counteracted.
Was it too much of a sedative? And
Was he
plus,
on an MAOI
you
or
have to-
whatever those things are?
yeah, plus you're in international waters at a certain point. I
Yeah.
don't know if they
Like,
where they were, but if you're in international waters, the
law
law's
is
different.
yeah. So, did they turn around or did they just put him in the freezer and like?
That's what I would have done. I'm like, oh, we're too early in the cruise to stop. Let's put him
Yeah.
in the freezer and keep rolling here. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, he may be done, but we want to have a good
Right?
time.
I mean,
shit,
you
we
can't
just
ruin
went
it.
through
It's not
all
gonna
this.
change the
Right. I mean,
facts,
hopefully
yeah.
they've got like, space
Mhm.
and they don't have to like. You
No,
know.
yeah, I'm sure they could put him with the shrimp or something.
Yeah, why
You know, I
not?
mean, you got a big buffet. You keep
Well,
going. I
and-
know you got room.
In law of averages, there reckons there might be a cannibal on the ship, and
Well, it could be.
good,
Yeah.
y'all could make an extra buck or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right.
International waters,
Freaky.
right?
Yeah, it could be. Tommy Lazzaro, he is a former Central Michigan quarterback, a sergeant in the U.S. Army, was tragically killed in a hunting accident over the weekend. He
Oh,
was
no.
27. He served with the 2nd Battalion, 7th Special Forces Group, but he was shot by a stray bullet at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. He was driving to help another soldier who was having car trouble.
Mm.
And so I guess that a hunter shooting on the range fired the shot, and it was just one of those tragic things where somehow it hit him in the car and killed him.
It's nuts.
That is nuts, man. I mean, my question is, how the hell did it hit a car? I mean, you would think if you're, seems like it's too close to the road.
suspicious.
I agree. Yeah.
It's suspicious.
It does sound odd, doesn't it?
We need Agent Gibbs from NCIS or something like.
Yeah.
it's
Which one is that one? Is that Mark Harmon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember back when Mark Harmon was I guess he still is a big star technically. But back in the day, he had a movie with Sean Connery called The Presidio.
Yep.
And
Remember
that was a dope ass movie at the time, probably not now. But it was at the time. It was really cool. Let's see. One person died, at least 5 hospitalized after a boat explosion and dock fire in Fort Lauderdale. The explosion occurred in, direct view of an Earth Cam feed set up. That's nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everybody's watching the Earth Cam,
yeah,
loving
yeah.
the, Fort Lauderdale,
La,
the
la, la,
marina.
la.
And then boom, 911 calls. Upon arrival, they discovered one primary boat fire had spread to a second. Several people injured. The one who was on fire, they couldn't do anything about it. He pretty much became a meat puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Speaking of on fire, man, how about
Goodness.
L.A.?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
we were
it
talking
is.
about that earlier. Oh my
Wow.
God.
what happened in L.A.?
Man, just all that. There's like these big windstorms and stuff.
Oh,
and
you're
this
talking about the
fire.
wildfires.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah. What? Well, I couldn't remember. I slept.
We slept
Just a minute ago.
since this morning.
Yeah, just a minute ago. I slept for about 5 seconds and I forgot.
Anyway, yeah, people were like abandoning their cars and
Acid
stuff.
flash
Some
Yeah,
people
normally you
walking with their dogs, and I mean, literally just running from it.
You see people normally, these fires are out in the outskirts more, and this one is
Yeah.
right up where all the rich people
right
are.
there.
Yeah, Palisades. I think.
Yeah, so they're
Palisades in Malibu.
getting all, they're going to relocate.
Yeah, they'll get some insurance.
So Michigan police are investigating the drowning death of a father of 2 and a Navy veteran who was last seen with the family at a popular vacation spot in Frankenmuth. That's a Bavarian town.
Yeah.
Is that a popular Frankenmuth?
Frankenmuth.
That's a popular vacation spot for who?
Where?
I've never even heard of it.
Never.
So the Frankenmuth PD, which I'm sure is
2 people.
top notch, and its dive teams found and recovered Robert Bacon, 52, from Cass River. Bacon's ex, Melissa, said he was last seen December 27th, about 7:20 at the Bavarian Inn Lodge, where he was attending the family gathering. Said was going to his car to get something and was coming back to the pool to join his family, but he never returned to the pool. And the cell phone went straight to voicemail. So they reported the 52-year-old missing. Then following the extensive search, they found him in the Cass River and determined that he had drowned. But they don't know what the hell he was doing in the river, how he got there. Dude was going to his car, and the next thing you know, he's dead in the river.
Somebody Carol Baskin him.
He might have got Carol Baskin. You're right. He may have been Carol Baskin or Don, whatever her guy's name was. Epstein, that's another good way to
or
put it.
what's
Yeah.
another one? There's other ones.
You could be Simpson.
Simpson.
You could be OJ.
Yeah, Simpson.
OJ.
Personal assistant to Hillary Clinton.
That would also do it. Yeah. Yeah. Some say anyway. A lot of death follows.
Dude, I swear.
Yeah, you know,
Rogan said, I don't know that she killed a lot of people, but I think she might have killed a lot of people.
I don't really give two shits about what Joe Rogan says.
I don't think that she pulled any triggers, but she may have held the hand that did. I don't know.
Right. I guess we could.
And the rest of politicians
I'm
too.
not saying they don't all do
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah,
why
look,
single her out?
I was a fan of Bill.
Yeah, same.
Well, she's an Arkansas person, so I always
Sure.
talk about him. But Bill, I actually voted for him at
I
least
did too.
once, and I liked him. I liked him as governor too.
Yeah.
But I never liked Hillary, honestly. I
Nobody
never
ever did.
No, it's very difficult to like her.
No
she
doubt.
just, you know, she just made it very difficult to like. I don't know why, but I just I never got down with her.
She's got like
literally have no issue with her.
that speaking voice. I don't know what it is, but when she gets
Of
a
a
microphone
woman?
in front of her,
No,
nothing to do with her being a woman.
no,
Just I don't know. There's something about the way that she would deliver
yeah.
whatever she was trying to say. It's
you know,
like,
I always
I don't know.
Even when Bill was lying to me, I believed him. You know,
Yeah,
he just
I
had
think
that look about him that made you want to trust him. I never felt that way with
I
her.
have not had
I
sexual
did not have
relations
sex with that
with
woman, Miss Lewinsky.
It depends on what your definition of is.
That's what it came down to, literally.
I know.
Semantics,
Because he's
baby.
he's a lawyer.
Semantics.
But you know, in fairness, and really, not that politics haven't always been dirty, but that's
For
when
sure.
they really started just going in on people like that because
Mhm.
that was a nothing scandal, honestly.
A
I mean,
nothing
for the most
scandal.
part.
Yeah.
Yep.
And man, did they amp that up.
They
For
sure
sure.
did.
It's like, you think he's the first president that got a Hummer in the Oval Office? Are you
Seriously,
serious right now?
bro.
Right.
Probably all of them did. And if I'm,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm being
Wouldn't
real.
doubt
Oh
it
my
a bit.
God,
Yeah.
JFK was famous
Oh,
for
and
like
JFK
his
had a
relationship
mistress.
with Marilyn Monroe. There's
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, please.
I would say I don't understand, but it was Marilyn Monroe. I mean, I do kind of understand.
Well, she
it.
was. I mean, wasn't she like the Kennedy mistress?
Yeah,
though?
no, she
was
was
kinda
with him, and
passed
I think she
around.
was with Robert. She hooked up then with
She
RFK.
jumped
No, I'm
around, yeah.
kidding. I'm
Hey,
kidding about
you
the
know.
RFK.
She wasn't going to be lonely or broke.
No, she would be neither,
Yeah,
but
but
she
dead.
would be dead. Yeah, and we
Liked
can
to-
argue
liked to
how
party
that
a little
happened. Yeah, she did party a lot. I think. I think she was actually a lot smarter than people think she
At
was.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, she was actually a pretty sharp girl,
She
but
was.
she, like many of them, had a problem. You know, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that problem was actually her problem or it was the president's
Right.
problem
If she
that he
had
took care of
right.
it. Yeah, he might have
Right.
could have been
Or
helped. I
Cuba's
don't know.
problem.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's a lot of theories.
Lots of theories.
Lots of
Yeah, there
theories.
are lots of theories out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. First of all, let me do this real quick. Let's change gears right here.
Yeah.
If you are in need of legal help, check out Riggin Law in Benton. Kristen over there, she's pretty amazing, and they do. She's got a whole staff, and they do all kinds of stuff. They do civil law. They do probate law. So if you got something that is coming up, or maybe it's an inheritance, don't get involved in scrapping with your relatives. It's never going to win for you. Instead, call Kristen. That's what they specialize in, and they can help you with that. But if you have, an employment issue, if you have any kind of thing like that going on, Riggin Law can help you. So, reach out to them in Benton, rigginlaw.com. All right. And you'll be glad you did. Kristen and her team over there, they're just awesome people, and they're great to work with. What do you got going the rest of the day, man?
Man, not much. Got band practice tonight. We're going to put it back together,
Yeah.
kind of get back at it.
Now you've got
Work, we're prepping for Snowmageddon.
yeah,
so
you got
Whoop, whoop.
you do construction work, right?
we do.
Or like renovation and construction. Is that correct? Is that accurate?
It is.
What's the name of your business?
Rigging Renovations.
Riggin Renovation.
Yep.
So if you're, looking for what, a home renovation or
And
what?
we get into a lot of stuff: decks, siding, additions, remodels, bath, kitchen.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Are you pretty reasonable?
No,
That's good.
It's
That's good.
absolutely
No, you want to rate
ridiculous. He
people.
was
That's
gonna
what you want to do. Yeah. No.
I'm kidding.
No.
Man, we stay just pretty much in Little Rock. A lot of the people I know that do what I do go statewide, but we've got a little small company, a little niche in almost West Little Rock, middle Little Rock. We pretty much stay in that area.
Okay. So if you're in the Little Rock area and maybe you've been thinking about a renovation, how would they reach you?
Just hit us up and give me
You
give
know,
me a
website
call,
or
501-838-9006.
Okay.
I pretty much don't do any advertising. I've got
You got word of mouth
I've got
business.
a little
That's a good kind of business to
little,
have.
Oh,
man.
little
yeah.
pile of builders that we kind of stick with, and we're kind of a little family.
That's cool, man.
Man, I've been doing this since 2011.
That's
That's when I
awesome,
started
man.
my company.
Yeah.
Before then, I was slinging a hammer myself. But
Yeah, sure. You've come up the ranks. so
props to my
speak.
nephew Daniel and Nick, who are out freezing their ass off right now.
Oof.
Getting it done.
They're working their ass off. They're
Yeah,
really
way
good
to go,
guys. Really
Yeah,
good
that's
guys.
awesome. That's awesome. Break room today. People come out and see you.
I've
break
got
some
to get
stuff
out
or
there
what?
and break some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and it's Wednesday, so John, my I don't know, my partner in crime is probably over at M&R right now getting first, load or two of pallets because we are out of electronics. So, but we're stocked on toys, glasses, dishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there, you're ready for breaking.
Oh yeah, and just to add, Fizz Drink next door has a slew of hot chocolate drinks.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought it was just cold drinks, but they've got a slew of different kind of hot chocolate combinations and
They have-
flavors and everything.
If you like interesting beverages,
Bro,
it's
it
a
is
cool
so
place.
good.
Yeah.
It
Perfect
is
weather for
so
that.
good.
Yeah,
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 it really is.
man,
It
and
is.
those pretzels are so good.
All right.
God.
Well, and listen, if you are in need of real estate help, maybe you got a house you want to sell, or if you're looking to buy a house, man, is it a good time? There's a lot of great values out there. I don't know, man. A lot of folks are in the market right now, and if you're going to go in the market, you want someone who's going to look out for you and get you the best deal you can get. And I think that's what I do well. I negotiate a lot for my clients, save them a lot of money, help them get things like home warranties and things that make a difference to your
Mhm.
life. If that sounds good, and you want to work with someone who doesn't have a bunch of ridiculous fees and is a hell of a lot of fun to work with, then give me a call or reach out to me online. I'd love to help you, whether it's buying a house or selling a house, or I'll do both. I've got a
Mhm.
client that's getting ready to sell a house and buy a house at the same time.
That's what's up.
Yeah, do it all the time. So don't think you can't do that either.
Right.
Too cool.
Yeah, just give me a call. I'm here for you. Hey, appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Be smart, be safe.
Cheers.
Late.